On stage, we've got Kurt Ayland, Mitch Del Bosco, Sam Martin, Simon Curtis and Matt Dussin.
So a fairly comprehensive stat sheet today from our man, Brad Sprinkles Freak. We're not too far away from getting underway. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. A tip from you today.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to go Myrtleford by 5 points.
Brad Sprinkles Freak on the 40-wing stats.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to lean just towards Myrtleford, but I reckon it's going to be under about a couple of goals, 2 to 3 goal mark, I reckon.
Luke Francis from McRae Motors.
I went with the Saints during the week, Gussie, so I've got to stick with them. A couple of goals. What about yourself, mate?
I'm tipping the Dogs. I just think the form they've found themselves in, the players like Mathy, Mimo, and I really like the impact that Geordie Taylor is having on this side. It looks like he's going to start forward today. It's a move that's new to him. He's a prolific batsman, but now he's finding his way into the forward line and getting amongst the action. Tom Johnson, he's got the job on Riley Sharp. That's a big, big matchup. And so's the battle in the ruck today. A fair bit of work to do for young Michael Driscoll. As the umpire holds the footy aloft for Blacklocks, Wodonga and the LDV bands. Here's Luke Francis on O&M Live.
Yeah, here we go. Doggies and tricolours. A John Flower Oval. Callum Chris beautifully out of the ruck, but he turns it over straight away. A quick kick to Angus Baker at centre half back, and he goes short, very short, to Clayton. And then Josh, he wants to go out wide here and move it to the half back flank. And so the Doggies just work it back now in defence so they can cede a little ground to Wortman. And then on to Johnson. This is dangerous. So jumping on it sharp. And what's the umpire said? A little high. Gee, they got out of jail there, Gus McLeod.
That they certainly did. You can hear that one through the ambience mic this afternoon, or as we call it on O&M Live, the Panda mic. So it's Tommy Johnson at fullback for the Wodonga Bulldogs, and he wants to bring it out broadcast side. It's a nice looking kick to Charlie Morrison, who marks in the right back pocket for Wodonga. A congested forward line, or centre line, I should say, awaits as he kicks inboard. It's a nice-looking kick down the line towards Jewel. He makes a good contest of it. Getting amongst the action was Roach, diving on top of this footy, and coming through nicely was Maraka. Jewel busts through the pack, and the umpires found a free kick. Looks like it's going to go the way of Kurt Aylett and the Alpine Saints.
Yep, so Aylett will take it. So he's on the half-forward flank here, just adjacent to the grandstand, as they head towards the Elm Street and the Saints. And he goes inside for a forward 50 entry. And it's again marked by Angus Baker. Down there has been busy early. Goes to the opposite back pocket. So Bulldogs with possession through Wilson. And then Wilson just gets it out of the danger zone. And then Taylor on to Spiteri. Spiteri trying to weave through traffic in the long sleeves. Has done a 360. Puts it on the boot. Down towards centre wing. Nice delivery to Jewel, but he dropped it. And the Saints will win it. And Riccardi picks it up. Ball heading towards the boundary line, but the Dogs win it back and they get it to Mimo.
They kick the ball inside forward 50 here, Lukey. Wilding happy to concede some ground, and he takes the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw in. 2 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock, and the score is still at gridlock, yet to be broken. The boundary umpire is only a little young fella, this bloke. He's going to do his best to throw it back into play, and he does so well. Crisp palms it down into a bit of traffic. Contest forms, pinballing around. It's coming through nicely. And the umpire, he's found a free kick here, it looks like. I thought he was going to pay holding the football. Reid Olahenty coming in and pinching a couple of lollies. That one hasn't been missed.
Certainly hasn't.
Done a cracking job on the netball broadcast. As the Dogs get the ball inside, forward 50, deep into the pocket. Sitting in the hole nicely is Simon Curtis. And he marks uncontested in the right back pocket for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. If you tuned into 1494 2AY this afternoon, first quarter brought to you by Blacklocks Wodonga. As they drive it out, and Wilson picks it up, might be coming back for the Bulldogs. Ordinary kick along the ground, Spiteri against O'Shea. Spiteri just hacked it off the deck. Then going in was Del Bosco, brought to ground. Don't know if he had it in the end. And then players fighting away for it at ground level. Many players around the pill here on the outer side towards the edge of the 50. Umpires found a free kick, and it is going way of the Saints. And Mitch Del Bosco has the footy, Gus McLeod.
In front of the Steel Line scoreboard, which is yet to be broken. 0-all as Riccardi has the football at true fullback for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, and he kicks dangerously. Intercept mark has been taken by Wortman. Too far to score. So he gives a little handball over the lap, and it's okay for Baker. He shimmies and shakes and kicks in the Taylor direction. Good contest from O'Shea, 15 metres out from the Dogs' goal. They try to hack it towards the goal line. And in the end, Brady Sharp is happy to concede a minor score. So the Alpine Saints are on the board first with a minor score, thanks to Steelline, as we go to Brad Freak for 40 winks.
3 early touches to Angus Baker on the 40 wing stats, and 3 early inside 50s as well to the Wodonga Bulldogs. Ball's really lived in their forward half to start this game.
Martin seeing the ball out of bounds on the outer side, left of centre wing. So good afternoon to you, wherever you may be tuned in to 1494 O&M Live this afternoon. Hope you will enjoy the action. Just so much on the line here for Myrtleford this afternoon, sitting fourth on the table with an 8-7 record. They're going to get it on centre wing, and Callum Chris to take it. The man who contested the opening bounce. What will Callum do? Gee, he's slow to get this ball on. Now he balks around the man on the mark and just puts a high sort of nothing kick down towards the half-forward flank. Good, strong contest down there. Waite picks it up for the Saints. He's brought to ground by Charlie Morrison. And again, we'll have another stoppage, Gussie.
That we certainly will. We'll cross boundary side. Chris Mitchell for the Newey.
Yeah, the ball's really living in the other side of the ground, isn't it, boys? And obviously in Wodonga's forward 50. Myrtleford really struggling to split that defence and get that quick counteract game going that they want to.
So on hands and knees coming through is Baker. Got a little toe poke away as Dustin gets wrapped up in a tackle, and the umpire's adjudicated that as a free kick holding the footy. It's going to go the way of the Wodonga Bulldogs. And the ball's in the hands of Big Driscoll, the boy from Osborne, who kicks long down the line. Made Spiteri work for it. Simon Curtis tries to bustle his way through and concedes a boundary throw in true centre wing. Well, in fact, he's paid a holding the ball here, I think, gents.
Yeah, holding the ball to Mathy.
Good pick up there, but it's a dangerous kick in board, and Murray Waite intercepts for the Tricolours.
He does, Gus. So what can the Saints do on this occasion? They go forward, low ball inside 50. Getting back was Driscoll. He's got that right calf heavily strapped again this afternoon. Out to Wortman. They get it out the back. The Doggies then on to Isaac Cassidy. So he's on the arc of defensive 50. Chip kick down the line to Greenhill. So what will Greenhill do? So he's got some dogs moving for him. He's got an option in ball. Barber, that was short, goes down the line. Nice to Oscar Wilding. He's got those pink boots on, Gus, and they stand out, don't they?
They stand out big time as Wilding kicks on the right boot in the Taylor direction. Jewell makes a good contest, and Martin gets his hands on the Sharon. O'Shea back into the senior side, links up with Brady Sharp, and now it's Riccardi at left half back for the Alpine Saints. The kicking board's good to Martin. He finds his left boot. Capillari drops a mark he should have taken. Back towards Martin, who's racking up the 40 wings disposals. Right foot kick in the weight direction's a good one, and he marks too far to score, so he plays on now. Kicks to the unmanned goal square, and he kicks strong and long. It's a Sunjan goal today from Murray Waite, and the Alpine Saints move the footy from coast to coast with a vengeance and get the first goal on the Steelline scoreboard.
4 early inside 50s to Wodonga Bulldogs, but unable to capitalise with only kicking the one behind. Myrtleford going inside 50 for the third time, be able to score in front there. We just saw then with Murray Waite, Myrtleford just having that forward presence, was able to hit a target, take a nice strong mark, play on and kick a beautiful goal on his left.
Great goal, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, the two recruits linking up, and Sam Martin was at the end of that. And a great mark by Murray Waite to play on, and nice kick for goal.
Yeah, and beautifully called by our very own Gus McLeod here from McRae Motors. Ball back in the middle. And the Saints through Aylett. They spit it out the back of the contest to Simon Curtis. He gets it out wide looking for Riccardi. Nice footy. That's O&M footy at its best. And then he moves it to the half-forward flank. Tom Capillari with the pill. On the left boot, sends it inside 50. They are wide though, the Saints. Martin loads up, goes to the top of the goal square. Good contest. Oh, beautiful mark taken. And there's been a free kick, has there, for holding?
Warnock, I think he's going to claim the mark.
Yeah, Nick might take it. Yep. So either a mark or a free kick. Got pulled off just as he reeled it in. And, well, a nice contest in the goal square. Gussie?
We saw Nick Warnock, how strong his hands are. He juked 4 or 5 big ones in the wet last week, Lukey. And I think it's going to be more favouring his conditions today in the dry.
Yeah, gee, down 40. So dangerous, isn't he? And he drives it through the middle. And it's a great start for the visiting Saints to John Flower Oval this afternoon. They got 2 on the board as we go to Brad Freak on the 40 wing stats.
Yeah, beautiful mark there by Nick Warnock. We saw earlier in the year, the game against Albury we did up at the McNamara Reserve. He kicked 2 early goals and unfortunately hurt his shoulder. So good for the Saints to get him back in. As you touched on there, Gus, he had a really strong game last week in the wet and some really big marks. So as you say, more favourable conditions for him today. Obviously, the 4th inside 50 for the second goal there for Myrtleford on the 40 wing stat sheet. So being really to take full advantage when they do go forward early in this game.
And obviously playing next to Riley Sharp. Both are really strong marking forwards and play a similar style. So they probably don't want to get in each other's way. That's going to be interesting to watch today.
The Alpine Saints lead 2 straight to the Dogs, just the one behind on the steel line scoreboard. As we just tick over the 9-minute mark, and the joys of local footy, the football got kicked into someone's backyard. So we're back in the centre now, and we're back underway. First quarter action for Blacklocks in Wodonga on 1494 2AY and O&M Live. It's Crisp in the ruck who gets a second bite of the cherry and palms it forward as Geordie Eaton goes inside forward 50. Over on the top of him, umpires found a free kick. And it looks like it's going to go the way of Warnock once again for the Alpine Saints for a push in the back infringement. And it looks like the offender was Tom Johnson.
Yeah, Gussie. So Warnock again with a chance to kick a couple of goals within 2 minutes. So, well, this had really hurt the Dogs early in the opening term.
You can just tell there's a sense around the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. They want to move the football quickly today.
They certainly do.
Going long and direct too, aren't they? Straight down the guts.
Yeah, speed on the ball.
It's a 1 kick from the centre clearance inside forward 50 here. Nick Warnock, first year at the Alpine Saints for 2 goals in a minute. It's not the best looking kick, but it's straight through the middle. The Alpine Saints have 3. Nick Warnock's got 2, and the Saints are off to a 17-point lead on O&M Live.
Very laconic run in too to kick a goal, isn't it? He didn't look like he was running in very fast and didn't come off the boot very well, but wobbled through, and it's a pretty good start for the Saints.
Sam Martin's been able to get busy early for Myrtleford as well, guys. He's up to 4 early touches on the 40 wing stat sheet. Simon Curtis has had 3 himself and 5 inside 50s for the Saints so far.
Great to have Brad Freak back on O&M Live after a short hiatus this season. Welcome back, Freaky. Ball back in the middle of John Flower Oval. Here we go again. So the Saints off to a brilliant start. Mick Driscoll missed it. And the Bulldogs brought down in a tackle. And we will have another contest. Away we go again. Callum Crisp, nicely down. Bradshaw is in the middle. Ball comes out now towards the Bulldogs' goal. And this is Cassidy, and he puts it on the boot. Nice delivery to Oscar Wilding. So that was beautiful from Jet Cassidy. Nice footy.
Popped up with 3 goals last week, and from all reports, Brad played with football and maturity beyond his years.
Yeah, showed his maturity there, Gussie. Rather than turning around and blazing away, just put the ball out, beautiful pass out in front of Oscar Wilding, just to run straight into it and take an easy mark and hopefully get the first goal on the board for the Dogs.
Yeah, definitely. Cool, calm and collected, Jess Cassidy. Delivery to Wilding, and that is nice. And that's just what they needed on their home turf, the Doggies. 18 plays 7 on the Steel Line scoreboard. Opening term as we go down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, it was obviously a great mark, and he played on really quickly, obviously, to find his teammate there. But a really quick reply there for the Doggies. They haven't had too many inside 50s in the last few minutes, Freaky, but making the most of that one.
No, not too many as you touched on there, Chris. So they had a lot early, but in the last sort of 5 minutes they haven't had too many at all. But obviously been able to take full advantage there by kicking the goal, and beautiful maturity and just poised by the young Jack Cassidy. Good game of footy so far too, guys.
The Alpine Saints lead 18-7 on the Steel Line scoreboard as the umpire throws it up in the middle of the John Flower Oval. Once again, Sam Martin knocked off the footy nicely there by Mimo. Football just pinballing around and the Dogs try to exit. The Saints have some go through Simon Curtis. And he heads out towards the far wing via Martin. Finds the left boot and kicks long down the line. Big contest forms. There's a whistle. Looks like it's going to go the way of the Dogs here. And the ball's in the hands of Angus Baker for Wodonga, and he links up with Tom Johnson at true centre half-back.
He certainly does, and he goes lateral.
50, I think.
50
Not sure what for.
It is too.
50 Wodonga anyway. That's a big let-off for them.
Yeah, certainly. So if they could kick a goal from this forward action, my goodness, it'd really tell, but it's turned over directly. That was poor footy in the end, and the mark's been taken by Alec Gus.
He comes in board, dangerous kick, and both sides playing Russian roulette when exiting defensive 50. Inside forward 50 go the Dogs in the dual direction. O'Shea gets amongst the action, and so does Crisp. Wanting to exit defensive 50. That was okay from Maraca. 65 metres out from the Saints goal. And we'll ball the footy up In front of the Steel Line scoreboard, which reads the Dogs 117, the Alpine Saints 3 straight 18. 13 and a half minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock.
Here we go again. Martin out the side to Del Bosco. Great player, this guy. And he sees the ball out. Boundary line beats him. As the sun peers through the clouds here, John Flower Oval, so expecting showers and 15 degrees today. I reckon it might be a little warmer than 15.
Doesn't have these grey clouds to go away, Luke.
That's it, Gussie. Yeah, it'd be nice if it stayed out like this all day. Anyway, and then the ball's tied up again, and we'll have another stoppage. What's the inside 50s count look like, Freaky, on the 40-wing stats?
Yeah, Wodonga up to 7, Myrtleford 5. Wodonga took the early advantage there. Myrtleford closed the gap, but now the Dogs have been able to get out again as they go on side 50 again.
Once again, the kick inside forward 50 falls a little bit short of a teammate there, and Matty Wilson, the boy from Finley. They get the ball inside forward 50 to the Dogs. But Brady Sharp intercepts nicely for the Alpine Saints. He finds Elijah Wales, and he switches the football out wide to Tom Capillari in the left half-back pocket, or the half-back flank, I should say. I'm making up footy positions today, Luke.
That'll do.
We know what you meant, mate.
A little bit of a bet each way as Brady handballs over the top. Capillari's got to dispose of the footy quickly, and that he does, and the kick works out okay. It's in the hands of Simon Curtis, who calls for some Alpine Saints troops to come and hit up at him. So he pumps the ball long down the line. Dustin's the target. He makes a contest and brings it to ground level, and in the end concedes for a boundary throw-in. True centre wing, Les Cheesley side.
On the 40-wing stat sheet, Sam Martin's up to 6 disposals and Simon Curtis is up to 5 for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
And we've got a boundary throw-in on the outer side. In it, look at that for a boundary throw-in. My goodness. Dustin and Driscoll in the ruck. Ayler goes in. He's brought away from Bradshaw. And then Maraca, he has a crack at it. Dishes the handball out. Look at the Bulldogs tearing in. Curtis ordering kick along the ground. And then Riley Sharp went in. Handball out to Maraca again. Matey goes in, caught one high, and he will get a free kick. Bulldogs have it on half-back. And let's see what they can work forward from here, Gus McLeod.
They'll try and get a score because they're dominating the inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet as they kick long towards the true centre wing position. Sam Jewell gets a fist out of bounds for a boundary throw. And we'll cross boundary side now. Chris O for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, both sides just filling each other out a little bit. It's really a midfield battle at the moment that I wouldn't say anyone's particularly winning. But, yeah, Wodonga need their ball carriers, obviously, to hit those forwards up a little bit quicker.
Dustin in the ruck tries to palm it in the Curtis direction. The Dogs have numbers, and now they go inside forward 50. Wilding's the target. I thought he got pushed, but the umpire said nothing in it as Brady Sharp marks at centre half back for the Alpine Saints.
He certainly does, and Martin's got it. He's got some room to move. He's calling for leads, and he goes down for about a 25-metre kick looking for Ollie Greenhill, and then moves it on to Wortman, and then Wortman wants to come with a corridor kick and finds Mimo. This is good. They got numbers there. Clayton over the top to Jorgensen. Oh, nice footy to Baker, and now gets it on the right foot, sends it forward. Ball bounces. Contest down there between Wilding and also Brady Sharp. Sharp wants the boundary line. Umpire says that's out just in front of the scoreboard. 18 plays 7 for Steel Line. It's the Saints up as we reach almost the 17-minute mark on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. Let's go boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. Chris Mitchell.
Probably their best passage of play, wasn't it? A link-up handball with Wilding and Jorgensen. And, yeah, great to see Wodonga run and carry a little bit of the play. Both sides are probably a little bit too predictable, I reckon, going forward at the moment.
It's been a tale of two halves this first quarter. Myrtleford looked electric in the first little bit, and Wodonga have really consolidated, Brad Freak.
Yeah, on the 40-week stat sheet, 10 inside 50s to 5 favour of the Wodonga Bulldogs. Just haven't been able to take advantage of it, as you say there, Gussie, on the scoreboard. Hopefully they can hit it a bit more. With that dominance they're getting, they really want to keep in touch with the Saints because they'll be able to pile them on quickly once they get going.
7.5 gone in the first term, thanks to our good friends at Black Locks in Wodonga. Inside forward 50 go the Alpine Saints. Capillari to the top of the goal square. Great defensive work from Tom Johnson. Murray waits there to crumb, and a big tackle applied. Superb defensive work from the Wodonga Bulldogs, and take a bow. Tom Johnson caused the contest and then tackled Murray Waite on the line, saved a certain goal there for the Alpine Saints.
He just couldn't pick it up, Murray Waite, could he? A great goal-saving tackle there, right on the line by Johnson.
Oh, Warnock just went with a kick out of the air, and, well, it's eventually found its way out of bounds. So, big day of sport in Wodonga this afternoon. Of course, we had the netball this afternoon. The Doggies up against the Saints here at John Flower Oval. And then the Wodonga Racing Club race this afternoon at the moment. So
it's all happening here, Lukey.
That's it, Gussie. 7-race card in
Place to
motion.
be.
As Wilson gets it, goes inboard to Clayton and then out wide to Josh Mathy, inside to Mimo. So they're linking up well with handball and they get it to the outer side, back to Wilson.
That they certainly do, Luke, and they kick down the line. Brady Sharp, he's been electric today for the Alpine Saints, really dominant at centre half back. Buka, hands on the footy, toe pokes it forward, gets a favourable bounce and fumbled at the crucial moment. Tom Johnson exits defensive 50 for the Dogs and links up nicely with the 2021 best and fairest winner, Josh Mathy. Right foot kick down the line, true centre wing. It's marked by Spiteri.
Yeah, and he's a lively type, isn't he, Gus? So here he goes, Noah. And he goes with the long kick, about 40 metres down the line. O'Shea with the big left foot, or left hand, defensive fist, I should say. Mathy roved it beautifully, bouncing towards the goals and goes through for 1- score. Far side to the hospital end. So 18 plays 8 on the still line scoreboard. First turn brought to you by Blacklocks Wodonga as we go to Brad Freak on the 40-week stat sheet.
Josh Mathy started getting busy, boys. He's up to 6 disposals for the Wodonga Bulldogs. He's been really good. And one other boy that's been really good for the Dogs so far has been Matt Wilson across halfback on that wing on the outside. I think his link-up play with him has been outstanding to start this game.
The Sharp boys link up, Brady and Riley, and they kick down the line in the Murray Waite direction. But it trickles out of bounds for a boundary throw. And boundary side, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. The big boy, Sammy Jewell, coming for a well-earned breather.
Yeah, Wodonga's been pretty hot on the interchange bench so far. And it's interesting, boys. I don't know if you can sort of notice, obviously, up there. But, yeah, both sides are sharing the big, long one bench. So very interesting if it gets heated down here on the boundary.
Now, there you go. Some good information from Chris Mitchell. And Riccardi slipped as he went to kick it. And then Mick Driscoll tries to find Jordan Taylor virtually in the heart of John Flower Oval. And he's got a player on. So the Bulldogs here through Brown. And Brown moves it forward. Jet Cassidy. He's taken the mark. So good on debut versus the Rovers. And, well, he's being very deliberate here. I think he's put the mouthguard away in the sock. And by the time he makes contact with the Sharon, he'll be about 50 out, Gus.
I'll tell you what, that's a move you like from a young fella. Putting the mouthguard in the sock, that shows he means business.
Confident young fella.
He's not passing this one off.
No.
Nah, this is going nowhere. But towards the big sticks at the hospital end. And he's missed it. He's kicked one behind Jet. And 18 plays 9 here, opening term. Blacklocks Wodonga on the steel line scoreboard. Here's Gus McLeod for McRae Motors, opening term, John Flower Oval.
Riccardi goes by hand from the fullback kick into Sharp, who's now 45 metres out from the defensive goal line. Maraka hugs the line and kicks in the direction of Dustin, who makes a go of it. The Dogs intercept nicely to kick across the body from Barber in towards Riccardi. Intercepts nicely for the Alpine Saints. Capillari being good today. His handball was okay in the Roach direction. Kick over the top to Dustin's okay, and the Alpine Saints have the footy just behind true centre wing, broadcast side.
And he goes short, does Dustin. And he picks up Eaton. So Jordan with the ball. He elects to go long down the line with a dump kick towards Riley Sharp. Rode beautifully by Waite. This is what he does best. And then a centering kick, mongrel ball. Is going to bounce. Baker getting back. Just got there in the nick of time. He's lucky he got that bounce in the end. Now he's had 2 himself. 3. And what's he got out wide? He's going to go short. And that was okay. So the Bulldogs have possession on the half-back flank and they want to angle back towards Bradshaw. It's a good play in the end from the Bulldogs.
Certainly is, Lukey. Just trying to chase up some around the grounds. We'll get those shortly as the kick comes down the line. O'Shea makes a good contest of it. Spiteri trying to get a nice bounce. Doesn't quite favour his way. And in the end, it'll go out of bounds. At the 22.5-minute mark of the first quarter, the Wodonga Bulldogs, they trail 1-3-9 to the Alpine Saints, 3 straight 18. The steel line scoreboard.
We'll go around the grounds for Mr. Stoves Pool and the other games in the ovens and Murray at the moment. Wayne Garratta out to an early 22-point lead against the Wodonga Raiders. Yarrawonga up by 10 points against North Albury. Albury is up by 7 points against Lavington at the moment. And in our 3-E game at the moment, Rovers have an 8-point early lead.
Well, as we said, showers predicted, but we haven't seen them so far in this game. Sun's shining overhead at the moment. Ball in long in towards 50. Sam Jules going to get a free kick, is he? Yep. Holding. So O'Shea had him by the jumper, the umpire said. And well done to the Doggies, just persevering and working their way back in the opening term here, Chris Mitchell, as we go to you for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, they've had to scrap and fight for everything they've got so far, haven't they? And obviously outnumbered there, but he's come up with the footy and would be a big goal. They've had the better of the chances and more possession than Myrtleford in this first quarter.
Yeah, so this to put the maroon and white within 3 points of the Saints. And what's he done? Sam, he's missed it. So he's kicked one behind. So that is a letdown, I must say. About 35 out here to the hospital then, Brad Freak, as we go to you for 40 winks.
Absolutely dominating the inside 50 count at the moment. The Wodonga Bulldogs are 13-6, but just aren't able to capitalise on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Had probably 3 shots from a similar position that Sam Jewell did then, but just haven't been able to convert. So they hopefully need to start taking their chances because Myrtleford, as we know, is such a powerful side, can put them on pretty quickly.
Put another 2 down for Kurt Aylett, Brad Freak on the 40-wing stat sheet. As the Alpine Saints have the football via Deegan doling at true centre wing, Les Cheesley's side. A 3rd touch for Kurt Aylett as they kick in towards forward 50. And that's a great bit of play from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. They've gone from a kicking at full back to a boundary throw in 45 metres out from their goal, Luke.
Yeah, that's right, Gus. So that is field possession and position at its best. So here we go. Boundary throw in arc of the 50. Elm Street end. And Driscoll just got rid of Callum, Chris. Umpire said it was all right, though. Then Chris regained it, brought down. That's going to be a great contest all day, that one. And then a bit of rugby league, if you like, as Tom Capillari got pulled down. And the umpire will again have it.
You certainly will, Luke. 50 metres out from the Alpine Saints goal. The Dogs have numbers. The whistle you heard come from the netball courts out the back here. And that whistle was on field for a dump tackle. Umpire calls advantage for the Alpine Saints. Inside 450 they go. Sharp marks. Wants to centre the ball dangerously. And intercepting beautifully for the Wodonga Bulldogs was Matt Wilson, the boy from Finley, who's starting to cement his spot in this senior side. He comes in board and he links up with Mimo.
He does. So Cade, he wants to go back towards Clayton. So the true centre half back the Doggies and they retreat a little to Jacob Barber, and Barber again short to Baker. He's been prominent, Freaky, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's coming up for his 7th 40 winks disposal of the quarter.
Then on to Johnson. They're happy to hold possession here, Gus, but they're certainly not making any territory, the Dogs. Now they go forward to Barber.
That they certainly do. Options present down the line, one of which is Jewell. And he marks 90 from home and wants to play on and kick inside forward 50. Spiteri's on the lead and he got it. Good lead from Noah Spiteri.
It was a good kick. I think he pretty much, Jules said, this is where I'm going to kick it. Noah, you got to get there, mate. And he's going to line up for a shot from, pretty much straight in front.
He fished hooked from the pocket, come back around into the space, Lukey, and took the ball bang on his chest. The Dogs desperately need this one, which will be after the siren here at Martin Park. Noah Spiteri from 45 metres out, directly in front. He's just pushed it across the face of the right-hand side for a minor score. Quarter time at Martin Park in Wodonga. And it's a 1 point. It's not a 1 point lead. I tell you what, the scoreboard's gone and disappeared on us, Lukey. 1-5-11 to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. 3 straight 18. First quarter action for Blacklocks in Wodonga. We'll take a break and bring you the second quarter on the other side. It's O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
TAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit. 0.0% alcohol? This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with Go TAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care!
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
On 2AY. Quarter time at the John Flower Oval here at Mutton Park in Wodonga. And it sees the Alpine Saints leading this contest here by 7 points, 18-11. Gus McLeod, Luke Francis, Chris Mitchell and Brad Freak with you on O&M Live. And Sprinkles, you got the Optus quarters best.
Yeah, for that first quarter, and the Wodonga Bulldogs, Big Sam Jewell down their forward half. I thought it was really lively. Probably could have taken a couple more marks, but it was a really strong presence for him in the forward half. And young Matt Wilson across the half-back line really coming to his own in this season as well. I thought he was really influential in a lot of their forward thrusts in that quarter. And for the Alpine Saints, got Sam Martin in the middle of the ground. I thought was really strong, bit of a bull there. And young fellow Tom Capillari, sounds like an easy name to come off the tongue, so I see what you boys like saying it. So I thought he was really strong for him in the back half for him. If we look at the 40 wing stats sheet in that first quarter, on the Wodonga Bulldogs side of things, Angus Baker had 7 disposals and 6 to Josh Mathy. For the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, 7 each to Kurt Aylett and Sam Martin and 6 to Simon Curtis. But it's the inside 50s which show the story of the first quarter, 14-8 in favour of the Wodonga Bulldogs, but weren't able to capitalise it on the scoreboard, going in with a 7-point deficit at quarter time.
Across boundary side, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. What do the coaches have to say at the first break?
Yeah, I managed to get onto the Wodonga Bulldogs bench, and Jordan Taylor was pretty happy with how it was all going. Doesn't want to lose their intensity. That was his main message, but said they got plenty of the footy. Doesn't want the side to panic and to honour those leads, hit up those forwards that have managed to get a little bit of separation on their defenders.
So we're not too far away from getting underway here in the second quarter on O&M Live.
It's a really good first quarter of footy. I don't know, you boys saw it. Looked like, as I think Lukey touched on in the call in that first term, the Dogs are looking to play on at all options. Bit more methodical, but when they get the opportunity to use their leg speed and go over the top, they've been really, really strong at it. And a few of their link-up plays through the middle of the ground, turning into shot opportunities, is really, really strong for them.
Yeah, definitely, Freaky. They've been patient around the half-back area, chipping it around, but once they see an option in the middle, they go and then they run from behind. They get numbers. They've linked up nicely. It's just that delivery going forward. They've just got to finish off their work.
Wodonga pumps and mowers. The second quarter's underway. The next voice you'll hear is Luke Francis on O&M Live.
Yeah, here we go, Gus. Second term, John Flower Oval. Let's get it underway. Driscoll on the boot, got brought down by Callum Chris again, and then Jorgensen has a crack at it. Martin, ball tapped out to Callum Chris, got it on to Del Bosco. Hat kicks it off the ground. Now here's Capillari in pursuit of the footy. The boundary line beats him. Ball out of bounds. Left of centre wing as the sun is beaming down in Wodonga. Looks terrific here, Gussie. On a great afternoon, it's the Saints and the Doggies.
3 straight to the Dogs, 1-5. Inaccurate start from Wodonga. On the CMV truck and bus scoreboard, the Alpine Saints go inside forward 50. Well crumbed at the back of the pack there by Maraka. He's wrapped up in a tackle, tries to feed the footy out. He gets it on the hands once again. Roach finds the right boot in towards the hot spot, making a good go of that one was Isaac Cassidy for the Dogs, and clearing defensive lines was Gus Jones.
Certainly was. Spiteri tries to get his hands on the footy, beautifully dished up to Greenhill, and then got it on to Jorgensen. And now that was, in fact, Mimo to Jorgensen. And then he went back to Spiteri. Good running. Then a right foot out into the advantage of Wilding. He gets an okay bounce. Grabs it on the second bite. He's got Mathy. Now Josh, he darts around Crisp. On to Clayton. So they're patient again. Now they go in. Tumbling punt. Spiteri. Well, he got down there in a hurry. Spilled him. Bounced off his chest. Saints trying to win it away. Ball at ground level. Looks like it's going to be wrapped up. Yep, and the umpire will have it as we go to Brad Freak on the 40-wing stats.
Yeah, a couple of early inside 50s again for the Wodonga Bulldogs. They really need to take advantage early in this quarter, get some scoreboard pressure back on top of Myrtleford because they really have dominated a lot of this game.
10 metres out for the Dogs. Exiting defensive 50 was nicely done by Downing. Gains about 50 metres. Tom Johnson and Sharp get amongst the action. And here's Geordie Eaton for the Alpine Saints. Fresh air had the football. We're going to get another crack here. And so does Capillari. High up and under kick out towards the true centre wing position. The ball's been marked by Mitch Del Bosco. He's 40 winks.
He's up to 6 disposals now, Gus.
Comes inboard to Simon Curtis, the former Lavington coach. Ball in hand for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. He kicks backwards, the true centre half back. Ball's in the hands of Brady Sharp as the Saints look to open up the switch. It's O'Shea. Commits Jordan Taylor. Asks him to come at him and his handball's poor. Capillari does well. Crisp across the half-back flank. Capillari once again. He's got Roach short. Roach drops a mark he should take. And the Dogs are under the pump now. And Cassidy comes in amongst the action. And we'll ball the footy up right on the edge of the boundary line in front of the best cameraman in the business, Trav Cartwright on O&M Live, putting the live stream together alongside Lukey Chilcott from Wangaratta and Indigo Computers.
Yeah, great job from Travi as he gives us a thumbs up. And then Dustin back to Aylett and out the back of the contest. And they come this way. Oh, Buka, nice mark in heavy traffic. Isaac Cassidy mans the mark, and then Buka, he has to go with the high dump kick down towards the half-forward flank for the Saints. Warnock front position. Well, Wortman did well on to Clayton. Now here they go. Dustin has a chance to intercept. Baker stole it though, has a bounce. 2 bounces. Now he get a chance to drive it forward. Keeps his head, goes to Jewel, very wide, bounces out in front of him. Probably had to be a better kick in the end. Saints do well to cut it off as we go boundary side to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, great effort from Baker to find a bit of clearance there, but if you can have a couple of bounces, you probably got to hit him up on the chest, I reckon.
It's probably the one part of the game that the Dogs have let themselves down in is when they go inside forward 50. There's only been the one clean entry, and that's gone the way of Spiteri. Martin, hands on the Sharon for the Alpine Saints from the contest and exits defensive 50. Gets the football up to the true centre wing position. Amongst the action is Gus Jones, used some strength to come away from the contest. Morrison with a torpedo punt in towards no man's land. It only just landed inside the paint and smashes into the coach's box. Not much Matt Wilson could do about that one. Boundary throw him, true centre wing broadcast side. The Alpine Saints, 3 straight to the Dogs, 1-5 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
It looks like Wodonga can use their leg speed. They're really troubling Myrtleford, and it's just the one thing about Myrtleford, they probably haven't got the greatest leg speed of all the teams in the comp. So if the Dogs can get on the outside, they can really hurt them today.
Yeah, absolutely. Curtis on the right boot, straight to centre half forward for the Saints. Good mark going back, Angus Baker. Fantastic. And then off he goes to Charlie Morrison. Morrison straightens up down the corridor. On nice hit, Sam Jules. So this is good footy for the Dogs on their home turf at John Flower Oval on a Saturday afternoon, round 16 O&M. Look at that for delivery. Into Oscar Wilding. Gus McLeod. That was fantastic O&M footy.
Poetry in motion, wasn't it? They just moved the football with a vengeance. And Oscar Wilding, he could not have asked for a better kick inside forward 50.
Absolutely dominating the 40 Winks inside 50s in this game. The Wodonga Bulldogs 18-9 in favour of the Dogs. They really, really need to start hitting the scoreboard and kicking goals and getting this margin back to a couple of points and then putting it in, moving further in the game.
Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. That was beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it was poetry in motion. 3 kicks, 3 marks, and going to have a shot at goal here.
Wilding loads up and he goes to the Elm Street end. No good. It's gone through for one behind to the far side. So we've got a great contest on our hands as the Saints bring it back into Aylett, Gussie.
And he marks just forward of fullback Simon Curtis. Kick was smothered off the boot, falls nicely towards Taylor. He goes to Wilding. He makes no mistake this time. Oscar Wilding's got 2. And the Dogs make you pay when you cough the football up inside defensive 50. Jordan Taylor did superbly there. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. You can't make a mistake in front of a player like Jordan Taylor.
You just can't overuse the footy when the coaches are bearing down and he's desperate to get his side back on track. So having a well-earned rest, Geordie Taylor after that one. But yeah, scores all level and Wodonga should really be in front. They've had that much footy.
Yeah, Wodonga have really dominated this game, boys. From probably about the 10-minute mark onwards in that first quarter where Myrtleford got those 3 goals, they just dominated. Even in this quarter, their midfielders are getting their hands on the ball. Del Bosco 4 and Curtis 4 as well, but haven't been able to hit the scoreboard.
What a super contest. The maroon and white, the Bulldogs up against the tricolours, the Saints. Barber comes through the middle of the ground and got it to the half-forward flank. Jet Cassidy, well, umpire said he caught one in the back from Roach. Not happy, Jet. Said something to Roach. Anyway, he's got the Sharon, that's the main thing. Spears it inside 50. Not the best of kicks, not to the favour of Wilding. Over the back, Brady Sharp fighting away for it. At ground level, they get it out the back to Riccardi. On to Del Bosco, and the Saints are out.
Across the right half-back flank, he chips over the top and he links up with Buka. Kicks inboard, Sharp and Crisp. Gets it on the right boot and kicks long down the line. It's out of bounds on the full. And Freaky, this is the part of the game where the Alpine Saints are really not showing enough discipline, letting themselves down.
Yeah, absolutely in this game. You would have thought coming into the game might have been the other way around without the Dogs having that big forward, but obviously having Riley Sharp up there for the Saints, they just haven't been able to be nice, clean, crisp kicks going forward and hitting the targets and that link play, which the Dogs have done so well, Luke, as you touched on, they're doing it right now.
That's it, Freaky and Greenhill to centre wing. Now Jorgensen's got some room to move. He balks inside and goes around Roach, gets onto that right foot, ordinary kick. And gee, well put Sam Jew under a lot of pressure. Curtis came through and got him high. Just a free kick only. Accidental. I thought that was a footy act. Did you agree, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket?
I thought he put a bit of mayo on it. And, yeah, it was Curtis obviously knew he got him a bit high. I don't think there was much intent or force in that one.
Yeah, I agree. So Sam Jew with it. So he's about 55 from home here to the Elm Street end. And he's taking his time to move this ball on. Now he's got a couple of leads coming for him. Saints do well. Riccardi gets it off to Aylett and they come out through Martin.
It's a dangerous kick. Tom Johnson uses his body nicely, links up with the 1-2 and finds his left boot. Kicks down the line in the Mathy direction. It's a total mismatch as he comes up against Callum Crisp. Shimmies and shakes, handballs over the top. Wants to get it on the overlap, but Riccardi's got something to say about that. Working the ball nicely, the Dogs. Baker goes backwards to go forwards. They come inboard. Baker hands on the Sharon once again. Greenhill, the skipper, finds some space. Right foot kick inside forward 50. O'Shea does well defensively. Kurt Aylett crumbs the football. Links up in a 1-2. Needs to have a clear kick here. Exiting defensive 50 and the ball's been marked by Eaton.
Yeah, Eaton's got it. It's a red-hot Sharon here at John Flower Oval. This is great to watch. Eaton's under pressure. And ball out of bounds. There was Aylett there. There was also Jorgensen. Jorgensen will get the kick. So what will Jorgensen do? Is he going to fire it back into the top of the goal square? Big pack of players. Oh, terrific mark. going over the top.
Yeah, I'm glad he
Sam
paid
Jewell.
it. He had a lot of it, didn't he?
Yeah, that was a beauty. So Sammy's taking a ripper, Gus McLeod.
It's an elite body and paint mark of the day from Sam Jewell. The self-proclaimed Jewel stick, he calls himself, Lukey.
That's it, Gussie.
The Jewel stick.
Is that for real, Gus?
Yeah, that's what he's on his warm-up shirt too. The Jewel stick.
Deary me. Well, he's living up to it so far, and beautiful low overhead mark there. And I've only spilled it when he came down, but he's obviously running in for an open goal.
That's it, and that is an elite body and paint. Play of the day, no doubt about that. Great sponsors here on O&M Live as we go to Brad Freak in the second term for 40 Winks.
Yeah, the midfielders for Myrtleford are really dominating the 40 Winks stat sheet. 6 to Kurt Ayler, 5 to Mitch Del Bosco, and 4 to Simon Curtis, but just haven't been able to get the ball really that often past the centre of the ground. If we have a look at the Wodonga Bulldogs side of things, it's usual suspects in this second quarter. Josh Clayton's had 3, Angus Backer's had 4, and Adam Jorgensen's had 3 as well, dominating the inside 50, 6 to 1 in this second term as well.
Around the ground, so Mr. Stoves pull well. Dedarang Mount Beauty 3-4-22. Lead midder 1-2-8. Back here at the Martin Park in Wodonga. The ball works out okay nicely for Warnock. Clean possession to Elijah Wales, who can kick on goal. Oh. It's bending back beautifully. Elijah Wales with a Sunjan goal of the day. All set up by the clever work from Nick Warnock. And the Alpine Saints bounce back to make the scores level once again.
Yeah, what a beautiful kick. Just as you described perfectly, Gus, just swung around to the right, steered it through to the hospital end. Nice footy to watch, Brad Freak, for 40 Winks.
Yeah, if we go around the grounds for Mr. Stoves Poolworld in a big result, couple of big games in the Ovens and Murray, in the big game at the Albury Sports Ground, Lavington out to a 13-point lead against Albury, 35-22.
Wow, okay. Won't be watching that closely here on O&M Live. Just fantastic. Mick Driscoll out of the middle, high ball. They get an entry here, the Doggies. Coming over the top was Wilding, one-armed. And then Brady Sharp just says, boys, we've got to get out of the danger zone here, and went with the hack torp. And now, well, Brown, inside ball to Mathy, and then he finds Jorgensen, or does he? Misses him. Ball bouncing out of bounds. A little sloppy there. Josh just apologising to Jorgensen, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Just opposite Travis Cartwright as we go to Gus McLeod here from McRae Motors.
So Myrtleford, 4 straight 24. The Dogs 3-6-24. Second corner action for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. They service what they sell as the ball lands in the lap of Riccardi. He finds the left boot, and Murray Waite as Mark True centre wing broadcast side for the Alpine Saints. So not many options present here for Murray. And the umpire calls him to play on and kick long down the line to a contest. Warnock's the target. Wilson flew across the pack, and so did Gus Jones. They make a good contest of it. Wrapped up in a tackle is Eaton, and will ball the footy up. About 55 metres out from the Alpine Saints goal. Umpire not wasting any time here. Restarts proceedings. Driscoll palms the ball nicely. Del Bosco gets a 40 Winks disposal. I didn't think that one went out of bounds, but the boundary umpire had a front row seat to that one, Luke. He said, give it out. I'll bring it back into play at the 12.5-minute mark on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock.
That's it, Gussie. Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, Gus McLeod and Luke Francis with you on 1494 2AY. This is O&M Live. And, well, the Saints will get it.
I didn't think he had the footy, to be honest, Jorgensen, but a memo, he's going to free kick here for Myrtleford.
Eaton, they go in, and a long entry here, and a nice mark taken by O'Shea.
There might be Warnock.
Warnock it is.
Yeah.
That's what happens when your binoculars aren't focused. Gussie?
Tell you what, Nick Warnock, he's showing us the form that we knew he had. He come from Benalla with big raps, Lukey. 2 injuries to start his season. Of course, he tore his pec off the bone in round 3 or 4, which is a nasty one, and now he's back showing us what he's capable of.
Yeah, so Nick, this is a regulation shot on goal for an O&M first grader, and he's blown it.
Jeez, Lukey,
to the near side. That's ordinary, Gus.
Called it regulation.
My apologies to Nick.
Charlie Morrison hasn't done a lot wrong on Warnock, but he's been on fire every time the ball's gone near him. He's looked dangerous, hasn't he?
Had I called that an awfully hard shot on goal, he would have kicked it, wouldn't he, Gus?
Bloody oath, Lukey. He would have kicked it from the boundary line. I'll give you the hot tip.
Yeah.
Back live. Football comes back into play, and the Dogs get the footy to true centre wing of the Martin Park side. Roach, little grubber kick down the line, had a bit too much on it. Wodonga have numbers. They come back inboard. It's in the hands of Mimo. Finds the right boot, kicks dangerously inside forward 50. Backing back courageously was Wilson. He's having a good year at the kennel since coming across from Finley. Of course, Jordan Taylor, a regular down that part of the world. That's his home turf.
Gee,
it looks like Wilson's going to go back and have a shot here.
He's got that left knee heavily strapped, Gus, hasn't he?
He's going to have to kick this one 49 metres. He gives it a fair roost to the goal line. Spiteri, Mark Schwarzer-esque on the line, trying to keep it alive. It's through for a minor score. So scores a level once again at Martin Park. 3-7 to 4-1 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Simon Curtis has got the kick-in duties for the Alpine Saints.
If we go around the grounds for Mr. Stoves Pool and the other games in the Ovens and Murray at the moment, Wayne Garado out to an early lead against Wodonga Raiders, 48-21. Yarrawonga getting the job done against North Albury, 36-8. In the big game of the sports ground, Lavington still hold a 9-point lead over Albury, 35-24, 11-point lead there, sorry. And in the 3&E game at the moment, Rovers out to a 15-point lead, 29-14.
If you just joined us here at John Flower Oval, scores locked up. 25 apiece on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Second term, almost, 15 and a half gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. Ball out of bounds here. Arc of the 50. Now Spitteri's got it. And he goes short. And Brown got swung around in the tackle. Got a hurry kick away. Snap on goal from Clayton. That's nice to the Elm Street end. Beautiful around the body. And that is also a Sunjan goal of the day as we go down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. That was nice, Chris.
Had hardly any room to move, did he? And Clayton just threw it on the boot, and a beautiful snap from about 45 and a little bit of a tight angle. But another quick reply there for Wodonga. They seem to come up with the answers when they need them at the moment.
You can just see there the style that Wodonga want to play with today. It was the coach Geordie Taylor that started that play. They gave the quick handball out to Jace Brown, which had the hurried kick inside forward 50. So you can see if the coach is taking that quick play on to get the ball moving, you can just see what style Wodonga's going to play with. And I just think if teams like on a day like today when it's a nice dry weather, when their leg speed's high, sometimes at Myrtleford haven't got the greatest leg speed in the world and just can't. They can get over the top of them a little bit. So Myrtleford's bigger bodies are going to have to start crashing in and trying to slow them down a little bit physically, I think.
Ray White Rule netball update. The Alpine Saints have won by 6 goals. As the Dogs go inside forward 50 once again. Well mopped up by Simon Curtis. Palmed forward nicely by Clayton. Kicks to the top of the goal square and kicks nicely. The mark's being taken. Is it the big jewel stick? It is. On all hands and knees. And he marks from point blank range. 5 metres out, top of the goal square.
Yeah, he could make a mistake from here, surely, Gussie.
Luke.
I'll put the Moz on one.
Luke.
Out on the full. Here we go.
I'll put the Moz on one. Can I put it on 2? Here we go.
Sam Jewell, Luke's called it a certainty. Kicks on goal, and thank goodness for that. The Jewel stick's got 2, and the Dogs are kicking away as we cross boundary side. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. The Alpine Saints really need to slow things down here, regather.
Yeah, it's a midfield that's getting on top for Wodonga, and how good's Clayton been in the last 5 minutes? They probably need to pay a little bit more attention to the number 11 from Wodonga. He's causing all sorts of havoc.
Yeah, just to touch on Chriso's point there about Josh Clayton, up to 5 disposals in this quarter and kicked a goal as well. Myrtleford's only really kicked 1 goal in since the 10-minute mark of the first quarter too. So the Dogs' defence has really started to take control of this game and be able to put more scoreboard pressure going the other way as well.
Well, this has turned into a perfect day for footy. No breeze down there, Mitchie?
No, pretty perfect conditions for footy, Lukey.
Yeah, wonderful. So
Bit of
reset.
sunshine.
That's it. As we edge closer towards September. So here we go again. Mick Driscoll to Mathy. Callum Chris got a hand to it. Isaac Cassidy back to Mathy. And then Martin brings him down. And then strong contest as Martin stood up in the tackle. And a bit of a scuffle there, nothing in it. And the umpire wants it again. So just right of centre here. Second term here. Almost 90 minutes gone, Gus McLeod.
On the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. Umpire throws it back up. It hits the deck before anyone can take clean possession. As Geordie Eaton clears the lines for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. The kick's okay. It's in the hands of Josh Maraka. Right foot kick inboard in the Buka direction. He's okay. He fumbles at the crucial moment. The Dogs have numbers now as they try to exit defensive lines. Wrapped up in a big tackle was Barber. Umpire said no free kick. Riccardi for the Saints left the football behind. Taylor gives Curtis a big whack. Martin to Curtis by hand. Handball over the top. Driscoll intercepts nicely for the Dogs. Slips at the crucial moment and hacks it long down the line.
Yes, he certainly does. Matt Wilson tried to mark it, dropped it, and then Ryan Crisp gets the ball away. to Wicks, and Wicks puts it on the boot towards centre wing. Big pack goes up. Matey roved it beautifully and then got the ball out to Bradshaw, into to Clayton. Faines goes inside, right foot, low kick, finds Mimo. Mimo wants to play on quickly, gets it to Gus Jones. Left foot, they head inside, nice again. And Baker has taken the mark. Freaky on the 40-week stats. How many's Angus had now?
Yeah, he's coming up for his 12th disposal of the game, Angus Baker. He's been outstanding. With inside 50s again, boys, it's 11-4 in this second term. Absolutely dominating the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, and 5 marks inside 50-1 in this second quarter alone. So the poise of the Dogs going forward is a lot more evident in this game, hence why they're dominating this in the second quarter.
Absolutely, they're sharp. Here goes Angus, loading up, and nice contact. The Elm Street end misses to the far side, though. It's 1- score. So 38 plays 25 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. We're at John Flower Oval, 1494 2AY. Here's Gus McLeod for McRae Motors, second term.
Good game of footy. 38 plays 25.
It is.
And with the way things are going at the Albury Sports Ground, with the Lavington Panthers slowly clawing their way in front of the Albury Tigers, the Alpine Saints here will need to kick themselves into gear. Sharp kicks dangerously to Simon Curtis, a true fullback.
There's a point, Gussie.
He actually concedes a minor score there. So Curtis plays on now from fullback. Dustin's the target, and he takes a good strong mark on the edge of the centre circle. The umpire didn't pay it in the end.
That's a mark.
I thought that was a fair, true and honest mark, but the umpire said, no, we'll ball the footy up on the edge of the cricket wicket.
I think Barber said, I'll have a little bit of this, and he just got what he could take, didn't he?
That's it. Callum Chris, clear tap out. Del Bosco pounces on it, and then Matey pounces on him. Mimo quickly off the boot just to rush it forward. And then, well, that was Jet Cassidy. And one away. Tex McIntosh got it out the back. Wilson picked it up, though. Spears it in. Matey, beautiful. Has taken a mark. He's a star, this guy. He's everywhere. Just works all day.
Yep.
He has been. And he'll get a shot on goal.
Senior best and fairest winner at the club last year, boys, is a 18-year-old or 17-year-old, I should say, Josh Matey. Absolutely astounds me how this kid cannot get a run for the Murray Bush Rangers.
I was just about to say, it's ridiculous, Gus.
Yeah, there you go. And I know Robbie McKinlay is of the same view, and he loads up Josh. And it's got the legs. He loves it. And look at him pump the doggies up on their home turf this afternoon. That's a beauty. And I tell you what, they're looking good, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket Hotel.
I'm just wondering, maybe it's his haircut, boys, that they don't like, because I'm not a big fan, but he's an outstanding young player coming for a well-earned break, but he's been outstanding. And Myrtleford really slow to react. Obviously, a couple in a row there for the Doggies. They're well on top. And, yeah, that Myrtleford wouldn't want to let this deficit get much bigger at the moment. Obviously, with the Rovers, a big chance to win today against Corowa. And, obviously, Lavington throwing the kitchen sink at Albury. It's going to be interesting.
12 40-wing disposals to Josh Matey as well to start this game. He's been really, really strong for the Dogs.
The Dogs lead by 25 points on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. 22 and a half minutes gone in the second term for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. The umpire will restart proceedings. Just on the edge of the centre circle, Cal Crisp palms the ball nicely down towards Del Bosco. And we'll ball the footy up once again. We'll have another restart. Umpire throws it back up. Baker's lurking at the back of the pack. Lost his footing at the crucial moment. Takes possession, was wrapped up in a tackle. Greenhill, the captain, was chicken-winged. Umpire said no free kick. Mimo goes by hand nicely to Wilson. Kicks long down the line. It's okay. Making a go of this is Jewell. Probably should have taken the mark. Handball's over the top. Crisp is there. And in the end, the boundary line beats all comers. Will bring it back into play. The Dogs, they lead 6-9-45 to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints 4-1-25. CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Yeah, certainly do. Footy on here this afternoon, as we said. The races also on today in Wodonga. Got the running of the PB Lawrence at Caulfield. And Gussie, I know you've got an interest in a horse running in the Quizette this afternoon down in Melbourne.
Swish, it was me. It's the old boy. Yeah, he's got one.
Yeah, beautiful.
Have a little wager on that one, Lukey.
That's it, mate. Miss Rosiana, the top weight.
Always gamble responsibly, Luke.
I've got to mention that. That is for sure. Wartman out to Kay Brown and on to Barber. And then, well, a little bit rough for Mimo. Got a bad bounce. Barber sees it across the line. And we will have a boundary throw-in. John Flower Oval on the far side, centre wing, as we go to Freaky for 40 winks. In fact, we're going around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Poolwell.
Yeah, Wangaratta Magpies out to a 40-point lead against Wodonga Raiders, 61-21. North Albury kicking a couple of goals to bring it back in there against Yarrawonga, 36-20. Albury back in front in that game by a point, 38-37. And at the John Ford Oval, Rovers up by 14 points.
Spiteri for the Dogs, kicks inside forward 50. And the mark's been taken by Sam Jewell. Left all alone, 20 metres out directly in front. The Saints' defensive line needs to become a lot more accountable. They're having Dogs pop up in space everywhere.
Look, really dangerous today, Sam Jewell, in that forward half. Just, again, in the lead-up play prior to this, just dropped the mark he should have probably taken, but he's been outstanding.
Yeah, exactly right. There's been a couple he has dropped. He could have had a fantastic day.
25 metres out to the Elm Street end. Sam Jewell kicks on goal, and it's to the left-hand side for a minor score. So the Jewell stick, he's kicked 2 goals too. And the Dogs are just starting to build a strong lead here. And the CMV truck and bus scoreboard at present sees the Wodonga Bulldogs 6-10-46, the Alpine Saints 4-1-25.
Yeah, you're right, Gussie. It is becoming a bit of a worry for the Saints. Low kick from Curtis. That was fantastic delivery to Waite. So he's about 40 out from defensive goal. And then he picks up a teammate, Shea. In fact, he comes across, looks like Roach, and then he goes to Brady Sharp, and then he wants Aylett. G. Whiting was coming in at a great rate. He just got him. So Kurt, and then he comes wide to Tex McIntosh. So they're slow here, the Saints. They've got it. Inside defensive 50 as they pump it out now.
And he kicks long down the line. Tom Johnson makes a contest, but the good mark has been taken, like Brad Freak said. It's Sharp, Riley, the captain of the Alpine Saints. Just behind true centre wing broadcast side, Simon Curtis is alone at true fullback, and he marks to the Alpine Saints. His 40 winks disposals, Freaky?
He's up to 14 for this game, Curtis.
Racking them up as Crisp takes the football out of the John Flower side wing, kicks long down the line. A contest is formed. The Dogs have numbers of pinballs in towards space. Riccardi tunnel balled it through his legs. Trying to keep it alive was Cade Brown, but in the end it goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. True centre wing, Les Cheesley side of the John Flower Oval in Wodonga. Second term for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers.
Here we go again. Umpire brings it into play. Boundary umpires doing a fantastic job. Bradshaw onto Maythi. He tried to get it to Baker. Elijah Wales was onto him. Bradshaw picks it up and then wants to handball along the line. And that's what he wanted. He wanted the chalk. He got it. And again, we'll have another stoppage. So the Bulldogs, 6-10-46 lead. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints, 4-1-25 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Second term. Time clock, well, approaching a long break now for Albury GJ Gardner Holmes. Freaky, what are the inside 50s, mate, in the second term?
In the second term, the Dogs have had 13-4 in their favour, and they dominated the first quarter as well. It was 14-8, so they've absolutely dominated the ball in their forward half for this game so far, and rightfully have a nice 21-point lead here at half-time.
The Saints going to do something, and they've got the second half to do so, but the main break here at Martin Park in Wodonga. The Wodonga Bulldogs, 6-10-46. The Alpine Saints, 4-1-25 here on O&M Live. A big second half is coming your way next. Live from Martin Park in Wodonga, it's O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
A.T. Jones.
Is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care! I love it!
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY, we're your local.
Halftime wrap for Elders Rural. Great to have your company on 1494 2AY or streaming right across the globe on Optus O&M TV. Gus McLeod, Brad Sprinkles, Freak and Chris Mitchell with you here on O&M Live. And Freaky will kick things off with the 40-wing stat sheet with the Dogs holding a 22-point lead at the main break.
Yeah, absolutely. And the main stat to look at where they're dominating is the inside 50 count in the first half. 27-12 in that first half. They absolutely dominated it and ended up having 15 shots a goal compared to 5 for Myrtleford. Myrtleford kicked their first 3 goals in about the first 8 minutes of the game and only kicked one, scored twice after that in the next quarter and a half. So the back line of the Dogs has been really, really strong throughout this game. And in the midfield, they were led really, really strongly by Josh Mathy in that second quarter. He had 6 disposals and kicked a goal. And the other one was Josh Clayton as well, who had 8 disposals and kicked a goal in that second term as well. They've been outstanding for the Dogs. On the Myrtleford side of things, I mean, there's plenty of guys standing up for them, but they're just, a lot of their possessions coming in the back half. They just haven't been able to get the ball forward of centre in this game. If we have a look at Kurt Aylett, he's had 8 in that second quarter, 15 for the game. And Simon Curtis has also had 8 disposals in that second quarter, but a lot of them out of the back half. So the Dogs really dominating this match in all areas. We thought they might not have had their goal-kicking boots on to start the game, having 1-5, I think it was, or 1-6 in the first quarter. But since then, they've been outstanding, kicking 5 goals in that second quarter. They were all over the ground, Chris Mitchell. They really dominated them.
Yeah, they certainly have, obviously forcing Myrtleford into turnovers. Myrtleford's happy to kick long, but they're turning it over. Wodonga's getting numbers behind the footy and they're not letting Myrtleford get out. So, yeah, they're really squeezing them around the contest. The midfield's been outstanding. Mathy, I think, has been probably the player on the ground. Clayton has also been really phenomenal, and Baker's been pitched in as well. Jules providing something in attack. We've spoken about him a fair bit. 2-2 on Crisp. I don't think Crisp's done a really bad job, giving away a fair bit of height difference difference. But delivery's been really good, really in front of the lead there for Jewel to run into that space. Warnock too on Morrison. He's probably been one of their better players in the forward half, and they've really struggled to move the footy really fluently in that half of the ground.
Yeah, anytime the Saints have gone forward, as you rightfully touched on there, Chris, so Warnock's been the one that's been involved in all of it. He's kicked a couple of goals and set up a couple of others as well. He's been looked really dangerous, but I don't know what you boys think, Gussie. Just their ball movement sometimes, the Saints, is just a little bit too slow. We see that the Dogs are really trying to get it going. There was the passage of play here where Saints chipped it across one half of the 50, back 50 to the other, and then back over. Got some space out on the wing and then turned the ball over, just killed some time, but didn't look overly dangerous to me.
Well, the thing I'm not liking about Myrtleford's game is they're tending to hug the flanks too much. They want to come out and hug the boundary line. When they come in direct and use the corridor, they look dangerous. 2 of their 3 goals come from bringing the football in through the corridor and opening up the forward line for Warnock and Sharp to lead in opposite directions. It just seems every time Curtis kicks in from full back, they want to switch the football out into the pockets and kick long down the line, Chriso.
Yeah, we got 2 key forwards in Sharp and Warnock who want the ball moved pretty quickly and pretty directly. It's not going that way at all, and that's playing into Wodonga's defensive hands, and they're being able to squeeze the ball and move it up the ground pretty easily.
And we saw in that passage of play there, Riley Sharp late in that quarter had to come right up nearly to his defensive 50 to actually get the footy. Takes a really strong mark over a couple of Wodonga defenders, but then had to turn around. He had no one to kick to down the line. Obviously, the Dogs set up this ground so well, and they obviously, like all the teams, they play their home ground really well, and they set it up really well. So I think the Dogs' dare and braveness to take the game on has probably been the difference so far.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Freaky. And, that run and carry, that link-up handball we've seen a couple of times from Wodonga, they look like a final side. Myrtleford don't at the moment, and that's their big challenge in this second half. They don't want to rely on kicking 9 goals in the last quarter to win it like they did last time.
A game like that, Luke, from the Alpine Saints will not stack up in September.
Yeah, you're right, Gus. I think what Freaky and Chris Mitchell just spoke about then, with Riley Sharp having to push up to the half-black flank to get a kick and take a mark, it's a dead giveaway, isn't it? When you can't get involved in the game and you're not getting good entries, well, I've got to go and get a kick here. I've got to involve myself, so I'm going to push up. So that's a dead giveaway. When he's getting marks on the half-back flank, well, the Bulldogs have got the game on their terms, haven't they?
The impact of the smalls for Wodonga, I think, is quite damaging when they have the footy in hand, but also when they don't have the ball. Their ferocious work right around the contest, Brad and Chris, is superb. Players like Mathy, Mimo and Jorgensen, the impact they're having at the contest is superb, giving the Dogs first use of the footy by flicking it out, but also their tenacity on the contest is superb.
Well, Josh Mathy's just a bull in the middle of the ground. I'm pretty sure he's in the top 10 of the league in tackles and contested possessions. That's just what he loves, just being in and under at the bottom of the packs, and he's just proven again today. His second quarter was outstanding there, and really massive reason as to why the Dogs were able to pump 5 goals in that quarter, Chris Hope.
I'd put Spiteri into that quartet as well. I think his work rate off the ball's been fantastic. He hasn't been that damaging on the scoreboard. We saw in the first half a couple of moments where he had the ball on the wing, had to pick it up in the centre of the ground, then sprinted 60 metres, and the ball bounced off his chest. He should have had a goal in that passage of play, but that just shows his work rate. They're running Myrtleford off their legs at the moment, and it's showing.
The other one I really liked his game today is Matt Wilson for the Dogs off cross half-back. Yeah. His first half has been really strong. I've seen him play a couple of times this year. But every time you see him play, he just seems like he's growing a little bit more as a senior footballer in the Ovens and Murray. Obviously, saw him right back in a pre-season game, and he stood out to me. And then a couple of weeks ago against Albury again. But in this game, it's probably been his best game that I've seen him play live this year, and just going strength to strength in this game.
Yeah, difficult matchup too, Freaky. A mobile sort of a player who could play anywhere. It reminds me, I'm not getting carried away here, but of a Riley Bice type player where he can play either end of the ground, very mobile, and again, really tough matchup.
Just to show the analogy that Luke's used 2 or 3 years ago, we were talking about how underrated we feel Riley Bice as a footballer, and now, Luke, your first year in the competition, using him as one of the examples of how good he is.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, well, that's interesting you say that, Gussie. But Bice has just been outstanding for the Tigers, hasn't he? Boys, around the grounds, where are we at half time? My apologies if we've missed it.
Yeah, I've got the scores here for you, Lukey. So the game's in the ovens in Murray at the moment. Obviously, Wangaratta getting the job done against the Wodonga Raiders. 46 points up there, 67 to 21. In the game in Bunton Park, North Albury, 12 points behind Yarrawonga, 38 to 26.
Bit close than what we expected.
Yeah,
very close.
I think North Albury have come back as well. I gave Mr. Stove's Pool World update earlier in the quarter, and it was about a 20 or 30 point lead. So only 12 points at halftime is good stuff there by North. North's effort last week, Chriso and Luke, we saw them, but their effort out last week against Lavey was outstanding. Just greasy conditions just didn't help them.
Couldn't put it on the ball. In the last quarter, kicked 6 goals, didn't they? But the game was already won. But they didn't lower their colours at all.
Yeah, and a big game at the sports ground as well. Albury have a 2-point lead at half-time there, 45 to 43. And at the game of the John Ford Oval, now the big game as well between Cora and Rovers. Looks like Rovers have kicked a late goal there to have a 15-point lead at half-time, 42 to 27 in that game.
Tell you what, all happening in the SSNA ovens of Murray. I bet you every ground today is looking at all the other results about what's happening, of course. If you're not fully across the surroundings in the SSNA ovens of Murray, there's 3 teams fighting off for 2 spots in the top 5. The Alpine Saints, of course, the Wangaratta Rovers and the Lavington Panthers, all equal at present, Sprinkles.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd be a nervous Myrtleford supporter if you're sitting on the sidelines at the moment. If results may go their way with Rovers and maybe Lavington getting their noses in front there, Myrtleford would be looking on the outside in. So who would have thought that with 2 games to go? So there's so much up in the air to go in these last couple of games. So much riding on every game coming to the end of the season is exactly what you want.
The Elders Rule halftime show. Chriso, what are the Saints going to do to get themselves back in the contest?
I was having a little bit of a think about that. I'm not sure, Gussie. They need to move the ball quicker, that's for sure, and they need to get it out of the centre a bit quicker. Through the likes of Sam Martin, I think needs to lift a little bit. Del Bosco's been quite quiet. Curtis, I think, has been pretty good. I'm pretty happy with Eaton. I reckon he's shown a bit of something in the guts there for Myrtleford. A little bit of a run and carry and that youthful exuberance that he's got there. But they've been beaten hands down in the guts, and they need to get first use of the footy, move it a bit quicker, a bit more direct to their forwards. Obviously, they can kick a winning score, but they're not showing it at the moment.
The Dogs are back on the ground, and that means we're going to take a break here in the Elders Rule halftime show. On the other side of the break, bring you the big second half of Ovens and Murray action between the Dogs and the Saints. It's a 22-point lead at present to the Wodonga Bulldogs, and a fair bit of work for the Alpine Saints to do. The game's not over just yet. There's a big second half coming your way. On the other side of the break here on O&M Live, on O&M Live.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTafe is the place for you.
GoTafe is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit. 0.0% alcohol? This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here, at the locker room, at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY, we're your local.
With the Saints, so through Curtis, got it over the back, tried to Wicks, but Greenhill went in again. And then the ball bouncing around. Mimo has a crack at it. He's wrapped up by the Saints just under the scoreboard. And we'll have a stoppage. Early third term. Here's Gus McLeod for McRae Motors on M Live.
40 seconds gone in the second term. Chris was pushed out of the ruck. The umpire said nothing in it. Del Bosco wrapped up in a tackle. Will ball the footy up once again. So great to have your company here on 2AY. The Saints and the Dogs coming through nicely. And a free kick and a whistle, in fact. I thought it was okay from Matey. It's gone the way of Roach for the Alpine Saints. Finds a right boot. Kicks down the line. Del Bosco caught one late. Umpire said, get up, Mitchy boy. Take your kick on the edge of the back 50 for the Saints.
And he moves it down the line to Dussin. And then the athlete Dussin passes on to Del Bosco. High ball down towards the half-forward flank. Baker at the front for the Bulldogs. Then Riley Sharp, a hack kick up in the air. Aylett at the front, grabs it on the second bite, wrapped up. And then Driscoll. Wilson came in. And then Capillari's got him. And we'll have another stoppage. So overcast now. Sun's retreated back behind the clouds here. So getting a little cooler again at John Flower. Ball up in the air. Coming down. I'll tell you what, there's some numbers around this Peel. Quick one out of the pack. Bouncing ball, got beyond Warnock. Gus Jones going back for the Bulldogs. Then off the ground by Morrison. They defend, and the Bulldogs see it across the line.
So boundary throw-in. 20 metres out from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints goal. They desperately need the first here to start the third quarter for Agboss. They trail 46-25. Do the Myrtleford Alpine Saints against the Dogs. 20 metres out.
Look at that.
That boundary throw-in has come in about 45 metres.
That was a helicopter frisbee-like throwing.
I'll tell you what, he's been pumping.
Discus throw, that one.
He's been
was.
pumping the iron this week, the boundary umpire.
Hasn't he? What's he doing on the press?
Jeez. You'd have you covered, I reckon, Lukey.
That was impressive,
He just gets on the press and does one arm, I
Just
reckon,
the
boys,
one
after
arms.
that one.
Oh, that's
Bit
amazing.
biceps
Some
there.
boundary umpires have to come in. I reckon he should go further back.
Oh, my
He's done it
goodness.
He's done it again. That is a big boundary throwing. The dual stick palms it down. And the Dogs exit defensive 50. Wilding's the target. Overran the football. Brady Sharp finds the right boot and he kicks nicely. Falls the way of Elijah Wales, who's 70 from home. Wants to play on. Right foot kick darts into the pocket. He was looking for weight. But Gus Jones, been impressive in the back line for the Wodonga Bulldogs. He intercepts. The ball's in the hands of Baker now.
Yeah, so Baker goes across goal in the back pocket, looking for Wilson. Bouncing ball wasn't good enough, and it's found its way out of bounds. We won't get our favourite boundary umpire, but I tell you what, Gus, if there's one man going in the O&M team of the week this weekend, it'll be our boundary umpire. I think he's a lock. Unbelievable. Okay. Out in on the other side. Look at the numbers around this ball, would you? Del Bosco in front of Barber, and again across the line. And we'll have another boundary throw.
You had a suggestion off air, Lukey, for another member of the O&M Live team of the week a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, one of our favourites. There, Gussie. One of our favourites.
Manoj
Or your
Patek.
favourites.
Does a lot of hard work, does Manoj.
Fantastic.
Sharp kicks out from the pack, intercept by the Dogs across the back line. They switch nicely via Charlie Morrison, who's been impressive. The boy from Benalla. Spiteri was held down the line. Umpire said nothing in it. Boundary throw in. He's only a little boundary umpire, this fella, and he's going to have to bring the footy in about 25 metres. So they're doing the hard yards, these boundary umpires. And the youngster's got the throwing duties now. Nice throw, young fella. Crisp, palms it in towards space. Mimo, handballs over the top. Wortman and Jorgensen. Shimmies and shakes. He normally has the long sleeves on, but he's playing in the shorts today, Jorgensen. His kick was smothered. Curtis intercepts. Wortman once again. The umpire's found a free kick holding the footy. It's going to go the way of Elijah Wales for the Alpine Saints, just forward of true centre wing.
Looking for 50. He didn't throw the ball back to him, but he's not going to get it, and he's not very happy, Elijah.
Here he goes. So Elijah Wales in the orange wheels. And then puts a high ball forward for the Saints. An entry here. Pack of players go up. Wortman dished out a handball. Dustin came through. And then Barber fighting away for it. And then Isaac Cassidy had a swing at it. And then a hack kick out. And ball coming towards the line. And again, we'll have a boundary throwing near side. Chris Mitchell, yeah, sun's gone again, mate. Looks to be getting cool down boundary side for the new market.
Just going to say that, Lukey, getting very fresh. Lots of people putting their jackets and jumpers and coats on, and we've got a big dirty cloud hanging over the John Flower. Let's hope it doesn't release on us.
I'll tell you what, if Lukey's form's anything to go by, you might need to get the brolly out soon, Chris O. Spiteri, handballs over the top. It works out nicely into the lap of Geordie Taylor, but his handball was poor. Waite intercepts inside forward 50. Riley Sharp gets a nice bounce as the captain, wrapped up in a tackle by Johnson. Got the handball away in the nick of time, and taking it across the boundary line was Charlie Morrison for a boundary throwing deep in the pocket. Brad Freak for 40 winks.
Yeah, Angus Baker up to 4 disposals early in this third quarter. 4 inside 50s for Myrtleford as well. You can see Geordie Taylor in the middle of the ground, tried to play on, did a quick play, but just didn't get the hands right. I like the intent, though, from the Wodonga coach.
Stoppages aren't bad in that pocket. Prefer them in this one, though. Waite has a snap, a goal out of the pack. And it's gone through for 1- score because we really need to get our favourite boundary umpire back in the action.
You've been very impressed, Lukey, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Any footballers caught your eye today, Luke? just the men adjudicating the contest.
That's it.
The Dogs bringing in from fullback, trying to find the coach, Geordie Taylor. Good use of the body, got the overrun. But the football had a bit too much on it, boundary throw-in. So great to have your company here at the Martin Park in Wodonga. The Dogs lead 6-10-46. The Alpine Saints 4-2-26 on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard. 7 minutes gone. Third quarter action for Agboss. True centre wing. Les Cheesley side. Del Bosco. Shimmies and shakes and gets a kick away to Maraka. Right foot kick. Top of the goal square. It's a good looking one. Warnock dropped it at the crucial moment. Then got himself into a bit of traffic. And taking a good mark on the goal line was Gus Jones.
Yeah, so Jones, a high ball. He's going to turn it over, though. Riccardi going back, takes the mark. So the Saints will be coming straight back in. Fires a low ball in. Oh, gee, miss Roach. And then Wilson goes for it. So too does K. Brown. Warnock came through. Warnock again. Elijah Wales brought down, or standing tackle, in fact. Mimo had him wrapped up. Now they want to go on with
his
it.
back. Wasn't he piggyback ride?
Yeah, that's it. The old chestnut, eh? The old lion put a saddle on him. And away we go again. Mick Driscoll, Warnock, couldn't get a boot to it. Wilson, then out the back to Baker.
Here come the Dogs, exiting defensive 50. I like this guy's run. Adam Jorgensen, right foot kick in the Wilding direction and a bit too much on it for him. Good work from Spiteri. Gets it away in the nick of time, and the umpire said you dumped him without the footy. Free kick to Noah Spiteri. If there's a man that can milk a free kick in this team, it's Noah.
And he did, I think.
So Spiteri, the man who plays 2 codes, has the football in hand, true centre wing for the Dogs. Right foot kick long down the line, gets Wilding into the action. The Saints have numbers via Brady Sharp. They go via hand, and Curtis is under the pump here, Lukey.
He certainly is. Brown. And then they get it out the back. And what's happened? There's a whistle, is there?
Throw from Taylor, I think he's going to pay it.
Yeah, there you go.
Curtis was able to put enough pressure on and is going to clean up another defensive error there.
And did well, and then goes to the outer side. So the Saints have it, and they want to come back now to Brady Sharp, so they lose a bit of ground, and now he's heading back out the other way, Gus.
This is the part of the game that's cost the Saints. They've got to start getting the ball through the corridor.
And Simon Curtis gets some speed on the ball, but it's a long kick down towards the half-forward flank, and that's easy for the Doggies to kill, as Gus McLeod picked up. Chris Mitchell, spot on the money, our man.
Yeah, just easy pickings, isn't it? Slow footy, slow to transition, easy to set up behind the ball.
If we go around the grounds, Mr. Stokes pull the big game at the sports ground at Albury. Albury out to a 9-point lead early in the third quarter.
Ebbs and flows as Murray Waite gets his hands on the Sharon for the Alpine Saints. He's 45 from home to the hot spot. Warnock and Tex McIntosh make a contest. The Dogs have numbers. Cassidy exits defensive 50 now through the Wodonga Bulldogs. The kick down the line towards Spiteri. He made a good go of it. The Saints have numbers. They're going to go through the corridor now, but it's a poor kick. Looks like Maythie's going to intercept here. A true centre half back for Wodonga. He calls his teammates to slow things down as Maythie finds the right boot. And it's a nice looking kick to the jewel stick.
Yep, so Sam with it. So he's right of the centre here, far side. Sam short, 20-metre one to Taylor, and then Taylor left foot. Nice pass to Jet Cassidy. And good mitts, edge of the 50. Doesn't waste any time. Loads up, tumbling kick, and Wicks dropped it, dishes off. And he gets it to Curtis, and he wants to come to Aylett. So the Saints, they mop up this time. Aylett just gets his kick away. Gus Jones has a cracker to put it down. Callum Crisp on to Maraca. Maraca takes on the tackler. He's gone. Johnson's got him. Umpire said, nah.
He's going to play advantage, I think, Lukey.
He is, and Barber's away.
Pumps it to the top of the goal square. Just Barber running back with the flight. Cassidy can't quite keep it alive. Out of bounds for a boundary throwing. Tom Johnson straight off the bench there, Freaky, making a big impact.
Yeah, he certainly is on the 40-wing stat sheet in this quarter. Myrtleford have dominated the inside 50s early 6-3, but haven't been able to capitalise by getting a goal. The Dogs had this similar issue early, but were able to get it on top of that in the second quarter. See if the Dogs can't kick a goal here. 11
minutes gone in the third term. The premiership quarter, it comes back into play. Jewel nicely in the ruck. Mimo working nicely. That was nice from Eaton for the Alpine Saints. The umpire's found a free kick. Yep, it's going to go the way of Geordie Eaton. He got taken a little bit late there. I was going to come back towards Martin. I think it is Sam Martin who's going to win himself a free kick in the left back pocket for the Alpine Saints.
Here he goes, Sam, and he loads up with a long one and goes out. Well, Waite picked it up, came off hands, and he's wrapped up now, and he's gone. Well, okay. Well, obviously, the umpire thought he made no attempt, and the Bulldogs have got it. So what will they do? They're going to thump it back in here. And they muck around with it a little. Johnson. And then back to Driscoll. Then Driscoll gets it on the boot. Riccardi has a crack at it. Clayton picks it up off the deck, heading towards the boundary line. Martin takes it across. And we'll go to Brad Freak on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Angus Baker up to 6 disposals in this quarter for the Wodonga Bulldogs, 3 to Adam Jorgensen as well. For the Myrtleford Saints, Simon Curtis is up to 5, and Mitch Del Bosco, the captain's had 3 in this third term as well.
A 20-point lead to the Dogs on O&M Live. Third quarter action thanks to Agbos. Handball comes back inboard from Barber and the Dogs go inside forward 50 via Jorgensen. Top of the goal square, Brady Sharp. Good strong mark by the big fullback. He's marked right on the goal line to save a certain goal for the Saints. Now comes out to the Tex McIntosh to Curtis. Right foot kick needs to be precision, or needs to have precision, and it does. Kurt Aylett marks, chips back in board to Simon Curtis, who's racking up the 40 winks disposals.
Yeah, he's up to 22 for the game now, Gus. He's really dominating for the Myrtleford in the back half. They love the ball in his hands.
Ball killed by Jacob Barber here, just in front of our commentary position. In front of the crowd here at John Flower Oval on a Saturday afternoon, round 16 of 18. Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, Gus McLeod and Luke Francis. Hope you're enjoying this game on 1494 2AY. No one in live. Barber dishes one out to Brown, who's got to go after it. Now Jorgensen, Tex McIntosh tried to lay a hand on him. Jorgensen goes forward over the head of Wilding. And then O'Shea wins it for the Saints and they come out.
The exit defensive 50. The kick's going to work out okay if Buka can get a nice bounce, but Jorgensen's equal to the challenge for the Dogs. Handballs over the top and Wodonga have time and numbers to kick in the Mathy direction. Riccardi spoils. Martin and Curtis get amongst the action for the Saints. They kick inboard and it lands on the chest of Callum Crisp, who's probably had the better of the ruck duel today. And Curtis comes off the half-back flank, takes a bounce, right foot kick, inside, forward 50, waits the target, had 3 to beat. Sharp crumbs the football. Warnock gets amongst the party now, and Sharp toe pokes into the pocket, and it's got too much pace on it for Murray Waite. I just think the Saints need to find a little bit more methodical football going inside forward 50. Can't be putting the ball in the head of Murray Waite.
No, absolutely not. But that was better play, I thought, there, Gus, just to take the game on by Simon Curtis in the middle of the ground. The stagnant stuff that they've done across half-back line hasn't worked to this stage, so take the game on and see what they can make of it.
Mathy, Del Bosco's got him wrapped up too high, though. And Josh will take the kick here. Defensive 50 for the Bulldogs. They lead by 20 on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard. Aubrey GJ Gardner home's time clock has almost gone 15 minutes in the third term. Johnson with it, the big man. And he wheels around on the left boot and sends it out just right of centre wing. Warnock the front, Jorgensen over the top, and he's got it, has he? No, spilt the mark, and now he's wrapped up, and the umpire's going to call for it. In front of Travis Cartwright, who brings you these pictures on O&M Live, and he does a great job with his team every week, Gus McLeod.
That they certainly do. Great to have him on board. And Luke and Tarn Chilcott putting the live stream together. Matty Griffith back at O&M Live HQ. Pushing the buttons for us today. Tex McIntosh kicks long down the line. Trickles out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Chris Mitchell's boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, I think the rain's starting to come a little bit, boys, so I'm going to head over to the can bar and I'll catch you guys later.
Bring up a couple of cold ones, Chris, for the post-game today. So boundary throw in just forward of true centre wing. That is a sensational throw back into play. Yeah. Murray Waite right on the edge of the square. That's how far that throw-in's gone. Curtis, happy to let this one trickle out the back and bring the football into the umpire's hands, Brad.
If we go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World, in a couple of big games in the Ovens Murray, the sports ground still a 2-point lead to Albury halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah, so close. What a game it is. And a whistle here, and the ball's going the way of Buka in the purple boots.
Must kick goal here, Luke. He's going to have to kick this one 45, 46, 47 metres to the Elm Street end. But if the Saints are any chance, the Saints have only kicked one goal, Luke, since the 7th minute mark of the first term.
That's it, Gussie. Yeah, the time's ticking away on the Aubrey GJ Gardner Homes time clock. So they dearly need a major, the tricolours, no doubt about that. So here's a chance for Riley. Kicking towards the Elm Street end or southern end, and that's to the near side. Tell you what, he had the legs, but not the accuracy.
The wind's picked up a bit too, boys. I don't know if that played any part. But.
Okay. As you've heard, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. It's one behind. Freaky, what are the inside 50s now, mate, in this third term?
Yeah, Myrtleford are really dominating in this third term. They've had 8-5, but obviously haven't been able to capitalise in this third term, haven't been able to kick a goal. So they look to really rectify that and get themselves right back in this game.
McIntosh inside forward 50 to Buka once again. So clumsy work out of D50 by the Dogs, and Riley Buka's going to go back and have a second set shot in a matter of seconds. This one a little bit easier, 40 metres out on a 20-degree angle.
Yeah, here's his chance, Gussie, to try and make up for that Well, slight miss just moments ago. So Riley, well, what can he do here? Let's have a look.
So Riley Bucher starts his approach. 40 metres out on a slight angle. Distance won't trouble him. Nice looking kick off the boot. And the margin's back to 13 points.
Bit of a blue in the middle of the ground, Gussie too.
Riley Bucher's kicked the goal. And there's a fair old melee in the centre of the John Flower Oval in
coaches on his
Wodonga.
backside. A few Saints on top.
Talk us through that one, Chriso.
Oh, they sort of caught the end of it when Freaky got the attention, but they're splitting up now, but not much in it. But
Jordan Taylor and Ryan Crisp.
Yeah, it was right. I think Crispy might have been on top of Taylor, so yeah, interesting stuff.
The Dogs, 6-10-46. The Alpine Saints, 5-3-33. It's on the Peter Bowen Holmes scoreboard. The Saints kicked their second goal and a half of footy. And at the 18-minute mark of the third quarter, they're back within a sniff, Lukey. 13-point ball game.
Yeah, great stuff, Gussie. A bit of feeling in this one. Fantastic and passion as Brown got the ball out the back. On to Bradshaw, and he goes to Wilson. High ball to centre-half forward, Jordan Taylor and Ryan Crisp. There they are. Crisp won on this occasion. Got it out to Tex McIntosh, who's under pressure. And now Maraka. In fact, that's Capillari after it. Tries to palm off a couple of Bulldogs. Didn't work out. Gone. So the Doggies will get it. A shot on goal to the hospital end. So their chance to respond. And, well, Capillari, he just... well, they just pounced on him, didn't they, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket?
Yeah, they did. It wasn't a great handball from his teammate. Put him under all sorts of pressure, and they're going to have a shot at goal here. I think Jorgensen, isn't he? He's going to pass it off to his coach. Smart idea.
Yeah, Taylor now deep in the pocket, just under the scoreboard. So they've gone even wider now, Gussie. So this is a hard angle, hard up against the fence.
I don't mind that kick from Mimo. It's probably going to test him for distance. And Geordie Taylor, he's a crafty left footer. He'll be able to open up the angle.
Ah, very good. Let's see what he can do. He runs around. It's coming across the face. Oh, big pack. And then knocked through for one behind. So the Saints were able to kill the ball. 46. In fact, 47 plays 33 on the Peter Bowen Home scoreboard. Here's Gus McLeod from McRae Motors on O&M Live.
Dangerous kick in, and Baker's going to fall into the football. Kicks to the top of the goal square. Jewel and Wilding. It's a good mark taken from Oscar Wilding. Used the body to block out the Alpine Saints defence, and the kick in from fullback was poor. Baker pumped it in, and here's a shot for Oscar to get the quick response.
Yeah, beautiful work there by Oscar. He's kicked a couple of goals today. He's looked really lively. Him and Sam Jewell have looked really strong in that forward half. We asked the questions before the game, who are going to be the ones in the forward half to stand up for the Dogs, and Wilding and Sam Jewell have been really doing the job for him today.
20 metres out, directly in front for the quick response. Oscar Wilding likes it, and he gives the big double cobra. Wilding, he's taken his total to 3 for the day. Probably his biggest bag in season 2022. Without his trusty sidekick, Ethan Redcliffe, he's got a big job today. The margin is back out to 20 points, favouring the Dogs. 7-11-53. The Alpine Saints 5-3-33. Peter Bowen Home scoreboard.
If we go around the grounds for Mr. Stoves, Poolwell and the other Ovens and Murray games, at the sports ground, Lavington have kicked a goal to get ahead. They're leading Albury Tigers by 5 points halfway through the third quarter. In the other games, Wangaratta too strong for Raiders, up by 70 points. Yarrawonga's kicked away against North Albury, up by 35 points at the moment.
21 minutes gone, third term. Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock, John Flower Oval. Saturday afternoon, round 16 of 18. Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, Gus McLeod and Luke Francis with you. Mick Driscoll, then Martin, Bradshaw, Baker and also Simon Curtis in pursuit of this footy. Isaac Cassidy just knocks it along the ground. Curtis picks it up, gets it out the back to Del Bosco. Then on to Capillari. He's got his right shoulder strapped this afternoon and goes down line. Buka. And, well, a contest there with Greenhill. And then Wortman got brought down, legged in fact, and he's going to get a free kick. And they come across half-back.
And they switch the football dangerously. Warnock's in the hole. Got pushed in the back, and the umpire agreed.
Yeah, he called it well, Gussie. He just got the leg in the back, didn't he? And Warnock's going to line up for a shot straight in front. But, yeah, pretty dangerous kick across the ground there by Wortman. It's going to result in a shot at goal for the Saints.
They had the numbers. The kick was on, but it needed to be precise. Warnock, I think he milked it a little bit, but that's smart football. Nick Warnock to the Elm Street end. Slight breeze in his back from 35 metres out. It's a lumberish approach, and he's pushed it across the face to the left-hand side for a minor score. 19-point ball game on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard, and the Dogs will bring it back into play.
On the 40-week stat sheet, Simon Curtis is up to 10 disposals for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints in this third quarter. Mitch Delbosco's had 5 himself. For Wodonga Bulldogs, Angus Baker's up to 7, 6 to Adam Jorgensen and 5 to Jacob Barber.
Yeah, you're right, Gus. Nick Warnock, as he came in, just no momentum in the run-up there. A shot to goal. Now Gus Jones has it in the back pocket for the Doggies. Broadcast side, and he comes to right of centre wing. Dustin and also Wilson go up, and then Dustin wins it back. Jewel and comes out the back to Wilson. He's been good, as Brad Freak said at half-time. Then on to Spiteri, and they get out the back now. So Isaac Cassidy's got it. He wants to hold it up a little now. He puts it on the boot looking for Wilding, and it's balled away. Del Bosco, they've got to work hard here, the Saints. Bradshaw's got it. Brown out the back to Mathy, swung around in the tackle, Isaac Cassidy. Oh, gee, what a hot pill it is here in the third term.
Wilson gets the football 50 from home, takes a step and kicks long, but he kicks across the face for a minor score. So it's out to a 21-point lead here favouring the Dogs. Boundary side, Chris Mitchell for the Newey.
Yeah, the seas just opened up a little bit there for Wilson. Gave him a bit of a sniff at goal there, but couldn't finish off. But, yeah, the Dogs need to lock the ball in here because the Saints have probably had the better of this quarter so far. 24 minutes gone. Aubrey GJ Gardner Holmes time clock, 7:12:54. The Wodonga Bulldogs, the Alpine Saints, 5:4:34. The Dogs poor kicking, keeping the Saints alive here on O&M Live.
And ball a long way away from our broadcasting position. Boundary throwing out aside. Baker scooped it up one-handed, did very well. Tried it off to Mathy and on to Taylor. Left foot hurry kick, Wilding out in front. Ball's going to beat into the boundary line, and it is in fact out on the full. So the Saints will get it through Brody Sharp. Now he is deep in the back pocket to the hospital end on the far side. Here's Gus McLeod for McRae Motors on O&M Live.
Thanks, Lukey. Del Bosco, his 40 wings, Brad Freak.
He's up to 14 disposals for the game.
Dustin from fullback kicks nicely then the line. It favours Wicks. This is Austin. Right foot kick is dangerous. Driscoll back with the flight, courageously dropped the mark at the crucial moment. Murray Waite with a big crunching tackle. Umpire said play on. Cassidy and Aylett go to battle. And the ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. They can move the football so quickly, the Alpine Saints, from coast to coast. They just got to start hitting the scoreboard, Lukey.
Yeah, they certainly do, Gus. It's finishing off. That's been a clear standout this afternoon. So, really need to pick up in that area. Mick Driscoll, Riley Sharp went to ground. Ball at ground level, Martin went in. He's pulled off it. So too was Brown. Now Del Bosco, right foot snap at the goal to the Elm Street end. Warnock working hard. Johnson, Bradshaw, they're all after it. Ball across the line, one behind. Oh, gee, it's frantic now. Pace has really picked up. It's gone up a gear, no doubt about that, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, I reckon it definitely has, Lukey. The umpire's just taken a bit of a tumble there. I think Matey might have tripped him over, but yeah, it certainly has. Both sides sensing there's a bit of a momentum switch, and which way is it going to go?
So the Dogs bring the football out, broadcast side. It's in the hands of Josh Clayton. 54 plays 35, favouring the Dogs. Peter Bowen home scoreboard. Umpire calls Clayton to play on, so he pumps it long with the right boot to a contest. Falls the way of Simon Curtis, who's playing the best game I've seen him play for the Saints in 2022. Wicks over the top to Murray Waite. Finds the right boot with a high up and under as he kicks long down the line. Sharp crumbs it and crumbs it nicely. Kicks in the Warnock direction. Needs to get a nice bounce. Doesn't quite get it. Got a big battle here against Morrison. Boundary line is what Morrison wants. He gets it. And it's across the line for a boundary throw-in. I just heard the timekeeper's buzzer go off. I reckon the siren's about to sound. At the 26.5-minute mark, we'll bring the football back into play. Deep in the pocket for the Saints.
Yeah, that's it, Gussie. Gus McLeod, Nostradamus, predicts the third quarter siren here at John Flower Oval. And I tell you what, stakes are high for the Bulldogs. There's no doubt about that. And the Saints, as we get to the three-quarter time break. And at the moment, it is the Doggies on their home turf. 7-12-54, leading the Saints 5-5-35. Can they work their way back here on O&M Live.
A big final quarter coming up, Lukey.
That's it, Gussie. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on.
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit. 0.0% alcohol? This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care!
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
On 2AY.
It's a 19-point lead to the Wodonga Bulldogs at the final change here at the Martin Park on O&M Live. And Brad Freak, you got your Optus Quarters best for your local Optus stores, Albury, Wodonga and Wangaratta.
Yeah, in that third quarter for the Wodonga Bulldogs, I thought Cade Mimo was really strong for him in the midfield. He gets the ball going for him. He's really nice. And one of the more underrated players in the competition, I think Charlie Morrison in their back half was outstanding. Myrtleford had much more of the forward play in that quarter, but really held them down nicely. And for the Saints, it was Simon Curtis who was outstanding. He had 12 disposals on the 40-week stat sheet, and Riley Booker in the forward half as well looked really, really lively as well for the Saints.
Across boundary side, the Mayor of Myrtleford, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Saints are up and about. I was listening to Saints co-coach Jake Sharp. Surge footy, speed on the ball, isolate Dustin. That's the key messages heading into this last quarter.
Isolate Dustin. Where's he starting? Looks like he's going to be starting. He's in the midfield?
He's on the wing.
He's on the wing. I like it. Roll the dice through the Alpine Saints. The prize today, a chance to play finals football around the grounds of Mr. Stowe's Pool World. The Lavington Panthers lead the Albury Tigers by 3 goals. Fourth quarter, thanks to Bing Lee. You're listening now on M Live. Here's Luke Francis.
Here we go, 19 points in it. Doggies up, Greenhill. Martin grabs him, brings him to ground. And again, we'll have another stoppage. Freaky around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Pool World.
I was just going to mention, Luke, you're very similar to their game earlier in the year. Dogs led by 25 points at three-quarter time in that game, 19 today.
That's it. Martin forward. Oh, great mark going back, Baker. And he swings around and goes lateral to Wardman, who couldn't get a handle on it. And now Waite, well, he worries him out of it. And he swings around. He's going to have a bounce. He has a shot at the hospital end. Oh, no. It was very short, in fact. And then, well, Aylett out the back. Greenhill, he has a crack at it, and the pressure's good from the Saints.
And it's Maraka who wrapped him up in a big tackle. Simon Curtis shimmies and shakes. And the umpire said you had a clean chance to dispose of the football, and you did so illegally. It's a free kick to Cade Mimo for the Wodonga Bulldogs at true centre half back. He switches to the scoreboard pocket thanks to Border Carpets. The ball's in the hands of Baker for the Wodonga Bulldogs. His 40 winks disposals, Freaky.
Had just had his 22nd disposal of the game.
Goes to full-back Tom Johnson, the veteran, into the pocket. The Dogs wanting to play methodically. So comes out to Gus Jones. Been really impressed with his game today. One of the youngsters from the Wodonga Bulldogs. He links up with the coach, Geordie Taylor. Across the left half-back flank for the Wodonga Bulldogs. Umpire calls him to play on. Left foot kick down the line. Crisp makes a good contest of that one. Martin tries to find Curtis, who palms it in towards a bit of space. Spiteri's dangerous, but Brady Sharp has the numbers. He has the support, and he links up with Aylett on the far wing.
He does, and he goes to Del Bosco, and here goes Mitch. Has one bounce. Oh, beautiful balk, and then goes inside, right foot. They get an entry here, the Saints. Big defensive fetch from Mick Driscoll, and also Morrison. They combine and put it across the line. So, well, we've got a contest on our hands here. Haven't we got some super games in round 16 of the Ovens and Murray Comp 2022? Well, someone applauding it, that's for sure. Down in front of our commentary position there, Gussie.
I think so. Spiteri, hands on the Sharon. Kicks across his body and kicks long down the line. A contest forms. Brayley Sharp been superb today for the Alpine Saints. Jordan Taylor gets amongst the action. A little bit of support coming through our special effects mics from the youngsters. Right in front of our commentary position as they pump the football high and long down the line. Martin, a chance to mop up here for the Saints. His kick was smothered off the boot. And here come the Dogs. Cassidy wants to find a target. He goes over the top. Slowing things down and snapping on goal was Wilson. Riccardi's on the goal line. Needs some support to come. Riccardi handballs now nicely, and here come the Dogs.
Yeah, Wicks, big hat kick out of defence, heading towards Dustin and also Barber. Ball came out the front. Martin gets it on to Callum Chris now, and Callum puts it on the left. Bert looking for Waite in front of Wortman. This will be a good contest again. Waite got, well, almost a tackle from behind. Greenhill on to Johnson, so the Doggies win it. And, well, good defensive fist on the half-forward flank, and then back to Barber, and Jacob thumps it inside 50. Oscar Wilding in front, knocks it back, in fact, out of bounds. And we will have a boundary throw into the Elm Street end far side as we go boundary side for Chris Mitchell, Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, great defensive work there by O'Shea, I think it was, to spoil the footy, but Barber was pretty quick on it and roved it beautifully and sent the Doggies deep into attack.
The Saints need a goal and need one pretty quickly. Good work by Wilson for the Wodonga Bulldogs to keep it alive. He finds the left boot and kicks in towards the pocket, but running back courageously is Sam Martin, who intercepts for the Tricolours. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints left foot kick is nice. Works out for Del Bosco. Those two players dominating the 40 Winks stat sheet today. Aylett got a lot of work to do. Made a good contest. Tom Johnson barges through. Sharp's got some work to do here for the Saints. Coming through nicely was Barber. Onto the right boot. Matey marks a true centre half forward for the Dogs. Wants to find an option. Wilding's the option. Kicks to Wilding. Good use of the body. The Saints have numbers and they crumb. Ball's in the hands of Curtis.
Yep, so O'Shea missed. Curtis goes over his head. Matey gets it to Taylor. And then Jewel back to Matey. And then Matey, well, gets smothered, ball out of bounds. And we will have a boundary throw in. Freaky, what's the standout stat here, mate, for the final term?
Sam Martin up to 5 disposals early for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints and 3 to Angus Baker are the early hot disposal getters in this last term.
Boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. Callum Chris, Del Bosco. And then, well, the Bulldogs have it through Clayton. Right foot shot on goal to the Elm Street and very wide. Just snuck in for a behind Gus McLeod on the border carpet scoreboard. So, well, 54 plays
35, Lukey.
That's
I think the scores are level now. We'll go to Brad Freak around the grounds, Mr. Stove's Pool World.
Yeah, in the games in the Ovens Murray at the moment, Wangaratta Rovers up by 22 points against the Kyra Rutherglen Roos out there. Albury still down by 17 points against Lavey, 76 to 59. North Albury down by 49 points against Yarrawonga, 84 to 35. And Wangaratta Magpies up by 69 points against the Wodonga Raiders, 100 to 41.
Del Bosco kicks dangerously. Simon Curtis, one hand pluck. And the handball to Riccardi was pretty slick too. Over the top to Capillari. True centre of the Martin Park. He kicks inside forward 50. Aylett's the target. He gets a favourable bounce. Palms it back towards Sharp. Chips it over the top. Aylett running back with the flight. Good courage. Superb work from Morrison. An ultimate fastness, tough nut of the day contender. And the Dogs are playing with grit and determination despite Myrtleford throwing everything at them. 6.5 minutes gone in the final term. It's a 20-point lead to the Dogs.
Yeah, that is a tough nut contender if ever you'll see one. Gee, Charlie Morrison. Fantastic commitment. And then Warpman brought down. And the umpire will call for it again. Here we go. So we've got Riley Sharp in the ruck up against Mick Driscoll. Ball down. Martin roved it beautifully. Pulled up, though, by Jacob Barber. And what's that?
He's paid holding the ball, Luke.
Wow, gee, was there prior opportunity there, Gus?
Oh, he tried the fend off, I feel, which may have got into a bit of trouble, but...
Yeah, no, fair enough then.
I don't particularly like that one.
Okay. And Barber, and he goes out wide here. He's missed a target in Jorgensen, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Is it on the full? I think it is.
It is. It has reached the line. Okay.
So it's Dussin for the Alpine Saints, 80 metres away from goal. He darts into the pocket of Curtis. Curtis on the overlap, inside forward 50. Warnock's the target, brings it to ground level. Murray waits there to crumb. The ball gets bombed out of defensive 50 by the Dogs. Spiteri, got to be clean here and got to be good. Kicks long down the line to a contest. Riccardi wants a nice bounce, doesn't quite get it. Got to win a hard ball against Jordan Taylor. It's a great one-on-one battle. And in the end, the umpire says the draw will ball it up right in front of Chris Mitchell. Boundary side for the Newey.
Yeah, I could nearly throw it in, boys. Not sure whether, oh no, here he is. The umpire's just about to throw it up. Greenhill's back on for this contest, but yeah, you feel the next goal is really important in this one.
Certainly is. Time ticking away for the Saints. Bulldogs up by 20 here at John Flower Oval. So they're clear leaders. As Chris Mitchell said, the Tricolours really need to hit the scoreboard and hit it soon. Callum Chris, big swinging one. Del Bosco on the left boot. Rush kick forward to the arc of the 50, then swinging around Daylett, and then gets it in fast. Now long towards Warnock, going back beautifully. Was a Bulldog and Jewel, and then ball going to the ground. And again, we'll have another contest.
I'd love to see Murray Waite just get to the feet of these contests a little bit more. He looks dangerous when he gets his chances. And right on cue, Murray Waite from the pack kicks a high up and under one to the top of the goal square, and Sharp Takes a big, strong mark, Riley Sharp.
Oh, no, he's too high. Reversed it. I think he nudged him under the footy just slightly, and Johnson said, how about me, umpire, for a free, and he's paid a free.
Don't know about
Very
that one,
questionable,
Lukey.
that one.
Interesting, Gus McLeod, wasn't it? And then Wortman gets it to the outer side, so the Bulldogs have got out of trouble here, and they go long to centre wing, certainly let off the hook, and then Brady Sharp in the contest. Matt Wilson tried to keep the ball alive, and he did, in fact, off the ground. Or Jet Cassidy was missed with a hand pass, and then Wilson again tried to spear it inboard, and then on to Isaac Cassidy. Kick smothered, Greenhill to Jorgensen, so pretty fortuitous here for the Bulldogs, and they're about to pump it in.
Deep inside forward 50, Jorgensen goes to the hot spot. Good use of the body by Jewell. Wants to pick up and crumb. Handballs to Cassidy. Cassidy to the goal line and Wilding gets a toe poke, and Oscar Wilding's kicked 4. Big work there from the Wodonga Bulldogs. They were under the pump at one end, and they go coast to coast, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, good finish there by Wilding. Wasn't a lot of difference between Jules' contest with his Myrtleford defender and Sharp up the other end, and you pay one and you don't pay the other. Quite interesting, that one. It's resulted in a goal that might break Myrtleford's back, that one.
6 inside 50s each to start off this last quarter as well, and Myrtleford just haven't been able to take their chances, as the boys rightfully pointed out. A bit unlucky there with that last contest there with Riley Sharp, but the Dogs, again, taking the game on, moving the ball forward, get a bit of fortuitous bounce and able to capitalise on it.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for the Saints now. So, final term, almost 11 gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. The Bulldogs lead 8-13-61 to Myrtleford's 5-5-35. And then Tex McIntosh torn around in the big tackle. In fact, that's not Tex. As a Saint goes to ground.
So as it stands, Lavington and Rovers will be in the 5 if results go their way.
Yeah, it's big, isn't it?
Myrtleford will be out.
Jewell, and then down to Riccardi. And then sweeping hand pass. So you heard the news there from Chris Mitchell. Just give it to us again, Mitchie, for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, Rovers are getting the job done against Corowa. That means they'll be in. And if Lavington hold on against Albury, they'll be in too, and that'll squeeze the Saints out today.
Back to 10 points at the sports ground too between Albury and Lavington. Lavy 76, Albury 66.
If you're a fan of Myrtleford, you're cheering for the Albury Tigers alongside your own club
right.
today. They kick long down the line to the Alpine Saints and Driscoll. It looks like he's playing a kick behind the football here for Wodonga. Intercepts nicely for the boys in maroon and white. He plays on now the right foot. Raking kick down the line in the dual direction. Chris made a good contest. Both players a little bit slow to get up. We'll bring it back into play.
No one manned the mark there when Driscoll won possession, Gus. So that was poor from the Saints, and they gained a fair bit more territory, didn't they, Brad Freak?
Yeah, they certainly did. And he just used his leg speed as well, his athleticism there, Driscoll, and got an extra 60 metres on the play for the Dogs.
And then the Doggies are going in through Clayton. He loads up. That is a long ball. That is a huge kick. Absolutely magnificent. A Sunjan goal of the day. He picks up a double. Josh Clayton, that is a beauty. Gus, didn't he hook onto that one?
It's a nail in the coffin, Chris Mitchell. It looks like the Wodonga Bulldogs are going to salute.
I think they're definitely home now. Great goal there by Clayton. He's had a pretty good day. Bobbed in when he's needed to, and that's a big goal there for the Doggies.
Clayton up to 18 disposals for the game on the 40-wing stat sheet, and he's kicked the 2 goals as well. He's been outstanding. The really big thing for Myrtleford now in the back half of this game, if they're obviously doesn't look like they're going to get the win, they can't afford to get blown out here.
Yeah.
They have to make sure that they don't lose that percentage, because that is their advantage against Rovers and Lavington at the moment.
If the results stay the way they are, percentage will dictate who plays finals footy. Clayton, hands on the Sherrin now for the Dogs off the back of the square. Turns it over to Buka, who pumps it inside forward 50 or one-on-one with Warnock. Did he mark it that time? Umpire said no. Pinballing around 10 metres from home.
Too high.
And he's found a high free kick going the way of the Alpine Saints. At the bottom of the contest is Murray Waite. And he needs to get a bit of a wriggle on here at the 13-minute mark.
Geez, how good's Morrison been on Warnock in this second half, guys? Like, there's not much Warnock could have done more than mark that one on the chest, but Morrison just finds another way to get a fist in.
I reckon he's one of the most underrated defenders in the comp, Charlie Morrison. Always does a job every time you watch him play.
And from all reports, he's one of the best blokes getting around at the footy club as well. Murray Waite from point blank range. As he kicked it, he has back to a 26-point margin on the Border Carpet scoreboard, and Murray Waite, he's picked himself a double.
They're going to have to get moving quickly, the Saints, if they want to get right back into this game. And their midfield group on the 40-wing stat sheet's really trying hard for them in this last quarter. Sam Martin up to 6 disposals, Mitch Del Bosco up to 4, Kurt Ayler 3 as well. So their midfield group and their senior leaders are really trying hard for them.
The move I'd be making is Matt Dussin getting one out in the square.
Yeah, every point so important on the scoreboard for the Myrtleford Saints. They do trail here this afternoon against the Doggies, but the Saints, they've really got to hit the scoreboard. And often in this final term, Spiteri left foot just around the body, bounces one into the Doggies forward 50. And the Saints, Martin had a go at it. Look at the numbers around the board, would you? They're fighting for it. And both the maroon and white and the tricolours are wrapped up here. Roach at the bottom of the pack, and the umpire will have it.
67-41, favouring the Dogs. Border carpet scoreboard. We've played 14 and a half minutes. Ball at the Elm Street end, favouring the Dogs. Wilding's on the goal line and across the face for a minor score.
If we go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's pool world, in the game there now, if you're a Myrtleford supporter, you're keeping an eye on. Albury have kicked a goal again, back to 3 points there at the sports ground, 76-73.
Martin, defensive 50 for the Saints, and then drives it to centre wing, looking for Dustin over the top of Isaac Cassidy. Got it on a second bite. It was, and now he goes inboard to Curtis. He's played well today. On to Tom Capillari. He wants to come wide to Aylett. Swings around on the right foot, sends it inside 50. Morrison with Warnock. Oh, fantastic. Brilliant from Morrison. Gus McLeod. And, well, Brad Freak just singing his praises moments ago. That was fantastic, Gus, and they get it to Baker.
Baker kicks long down the line. Spiteri direction. Good mark by the youngster. Up against Riccardi. True centre wing. Les Cheesley side. Spiteri arcs around, finds the right boot and kicks the Jewel. Sam Jewel marks 40 metres out, directly in front. And all of a sudden, this is what the Dogs have done all day. Every time the Saints go inside forward 50, the counter-attack is nothing short but brilliant.
He's been outstanding in the forward half today. Really good move by Geordie Taylor, the coach, to get him in the forward line. He's just set that presence. We spoke before the game who was going to be the one in the forward half to stand up, and Sam Jewell's been one of the best for the Dogs today.
Go Bulldogs. Fuck yeah.
This will ice the game. Sam Jewell kicks long. He kicks straight and he's got it. Sam Jewell, he's kicked 3. The Dogs have got 10, and I reckon that's all she wrote at Martin Park.
Yeah, certainly is. So the Doggies will get home on their home turf here at John Flower Oval this afternoon, and they have played wonderful footy. Brad Freak, particularly in the first half, they were great to watch, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And the defence as well. Myrtleford kicked the first 3 goals of the game, let's not forget, in the first 7 minutes. And since that point, which has now been over 3 quarters, they've only been able to kick 3 more goals in the game. So their defensive effort, obviously, as we touched on, led by Charlie Morrison, has been outstanding in this game.
Yeah, that's it. And the Canberra just getting a little bit more chirpy here in the final term at John Flower Oval. And the Doggies, Martin on the right boot, sends it inside 50. Buka couldn't take the mark. Doggies win it again. Baker, right boot, high ball. Look at that. That'll almost bring rain. Dustin sits under it, takes the mark versus Spiteri, fires it in, and he gets Capillari, left foot, banana. Look at that for a ripper.
If you don't mind.
That is a Sunjan goal of the day. Don't worry about that. That is a beauty. Swinging hard, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
He's a wrong spot for a lefty, but he just ducked inside and knew, I'm going to banana this one, and just took the bull by the horns, and a much-needed goal there for the Saints. You think they'd run out of time, but they won't go down swinging, that's for sure.
Really like the game of young Capillari today. This is about his 2nd or 3rd game in the seniors. He's nice bit of pace, nice bit of poise there as well, obviously, to kick that on the outside of his left. Looks like they've got a talent in there coming through.
10-14-74, the Dogs. The Alpine Saints, 7-5-47. Back underway. The Dogs claim the football via Baker. Over the top by hand to Spiteri. Right foot kick down the line's okay. Matey's got a bit of room at the back of the pack, and he takes the football cleanly. Finds the right boot. Steadies beautifully into the pocket. And that's the Wodonga Bulldogs at their absolute best. Take a bow, Josh Matey. The ball's landed beautifully into the lap. I think it might be Cassidy.
Bradshaw.
It's Bradshaw, is it, Lukey? It is Bradshaw.
His father's watching on from the sidelines today.
And I tell you what, Matey is just an absolutely superb footballer. Set that one up beautifully. Bradshaw, right foot kick, high up and under. Should have the legs, doesn't quite. And the mark's been taken on the line by the Alpine Saints.
Yeah, and Brody Sharp goes to Capillari and then wants Riccardi and gets him, so they're on the half-back flank. And then Riccardi playing on and gets the handball over the top, a looping one, miss Callum Chris. Mimo pounces on it, gets it to Clayton. Clayton through traffic to Spiteri. Spiteri, ordinary kicker, floated to Jordan Taylor and then misses Mayfield, goes again Taylor and then wants a teammate and then he gets ripped off the ball and the Saints have it. And, well, the contest out there is strong. Looks like it's going to be wrapped up and maybe pressed across the line. We're actually hard to see from our vantage point here. They just blocked out a little in the box. But the umpire's call for a Gussie, and we're going to have a ball up.
Jordan Taylor limping off here, boys. Hopefully it's nothing too serious for the Wodonga coach.
Back into play. Falls nicely for Jorgensen. Finds the right handball inside forward 50 goes Barber. Chopped off nicely by Wicks for the Alpine Saints. Umpire said no mark. And the kick on goal will go out of bounds on the full. Across boundary side, Chris Mitchell for the Newie. Jordan Taylor, a little bit ginger.
Yeah, he's clutching his leg. I hope it's not a hamstring. He's had a notorious run with hamstring injuries, but it didn't look good when the coach hobbled off and where he's had a horrible run this season and last season as well. Let's hope it's nothing serious.
If we go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's pool out of the sports ground, Lavington still with a 4-point lead there, 77-73 in the other games in the Ovens and Murray. Waingrada Rovers out to an 18-point lead against Corowa. They're 58-40.
Tex McIntosh, dangerous kick going across the goal square, defensive 50. Josh Mathy nearly had it picked off. Ball back out of bounds though. And again, we'll have another boundary throw in. So the Bulldogs, well, with a game-winning break, 74-47, as we tick up towards the 21-minute mark on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. Here's O&M Live's very own Gus McLeod as, well, Noah Spiteri puts one out in the full, Gus.
Certainly has, Lukey. The inside 50s this quarter, Brad.
Yeah, early on, Myrtleford had it level, but Wodonga have just dominated them again like they have all day. 13-9 in this last term.
21 minutes gone. Final caught up. The Dogs 74, the Saints 47. And if you're the Saints, you've got to start cheering your own team a little bit, but cheer on the Albury Tigers as well. They currently trail the Lavington Panthers by 4 points around the ground. So Mr. Stowe's poor world as the footy goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. True centre wing, Les Cheesley side.
I think they might be in front, boys. The Tigers.
Is your app a little bit quicker than ours, perhaps?
I think it is. I've got 64-49. Tigers in front.
Yeah, there you go. So we'll follow it closely. Martin, outer side, right of centre wing. Barber jumps on him. And the umpire said, you're gone. So Sam caught with the ball. Jacob will get it for the Bulldogs. And, well, this is going to be a great win this afternoon for the maroon and white. Wilding's taken a nice mark inside 50. And he'll have a shot on goal again to the Elm Street end, Freaky.
Yeah, he's been really, really strong in that forward half, Oscar Wilding today. He's obviously kicked the 4 goals for the Dogs. He's been outstanding. Really set a presence up there with Sam Jewell as well. They've been really, really strong and just 2 different types of players as well. So Dogs, something to build on for him going into obviously the last couple of games, but then also taking it into pre-season into next year as well.
Yeah, spot on. So Oscar shooting it at a handful here. It won't make the distance. It's gone to the top of the square. Big pack up. Callum Chris was one of the best. Spiteri, right foot. Curtis knocks it across the line. It's gone through for 1 behind. 70 plays 5 plays 47, Gussie.
Around the grounds, Mr. Stowe's pool world. Kiwa Sandy Creek trail Yakandana by a point in the Tallanga District Football League. As Simon Curtis kicks in from fullback with a torpedo punt. It's gone about 70 metres long. But 70 metres into the lap of the Wodonga Bulldogs. Michael Driscoll plays on. Right foot kick inside, forward 50. Mathy at ground level. Baker shimmies and shakes. Wrapped up by his respective number 13 in Curtis. Mathy, crumbs, kicks across the face, and Riccardi mops up for the Saints.
Yeah, here he goes again. So Brody, right foot, and he comes out. Right of centre wing, Clayton. Oh, he got picked off. And then in goes Eaton. And he's grabbed by Greenhill. And also Gus Jones. And the umpire wants it almost, ticking over the 23-minute mark now. Around the grounds, Chrissy Mitchell, we might go down to you very shortly again for Mr. Stowe's pool world and just see what you got for us. You just let us know, mate, when you're right. Aubrey
Scores
Lavington.
a level.
All
Scores
tied
a
up,
level.
Gussie.
79 apiece.
Wow, fantastic stuff.
We'll keep you posted with that one on O&M Live. 79 apiece at the Albury Sports Ground. Wouldn't a draw throw a spanner into the works?
Oh, goodness.
Callum Crisp in the ruck to Del Bosco. Right foot kick across the body. High up and under. Aylett sitting underneath this one. Well done by Jorgensen. Been arguably the best today for the Dogs. Spiteri's been good as well. Back inboard to Jorgensen. Finds the right boot. Inside forward, 50 towards Baker. Stationary start. He's got a work to do against Crisp. Crisp lost his footing. Coming through was O'Shea. Pinballing around. Crisp's got to get rid of it now. Dangerous times. Kicking towards the top of the goal square is Wilson. One-on-one battle. And across the face for a minor score sees Oscar Wilding. So one behind on the border carpet scoreboard. And it won't be enough here for the Alpine Saints. They're trailing this one big time. 76-47. 24 and a half gone. Final term for Bingley.
I reckon Chris Mitchell might have a tough time picking the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. Lots of good players out there today for the Dogs. You can have a number of them, Matthew or Oscar Wilding or Sam Jewell. I think Chriso's got a tough challenge for him coming up soon.
Thanks,
Yeah, so
Ricky.
stick around for it here.
I've got a bit of an X factor for you.
Okay. 14.94 2AY, so stay tuned in for that.
That's what you get from the Mayor of Myrtleford.
That's what you get from the main man up in the hills.
Where's the salami, Chriso?
Yeah, what's going on, Chriso?
I'm just saving the best for you guys. I won't share it with anyone else, all right?
Tell you what, it's been an 8-10 week build up, Chriso. So
good things come to those who wait, Lukey.
No, good on you. And then we got Eaton. He goes in, and then Wortman. He gets it out to the outer side, and the mark is taken by Bradshaw out there on the half-back flank. And the Doggies, they go long down the line with a dump kick to centre wing.
And it's okay, but it's intercepted nicely by Myrtleford, and they play it on kick inboard. Dussin was the target. Buka taps it in towards space. Osty Wicks gets amongst the action. And then the umpire says we'll ball it up. Around the grounds, Mr. Stowe's Pool World. The Tigers and the Panthers are at a gridlock, 79 apiece, 11-13, 79.
And I was also going to say, Gussie, in the Cora Rovers game, Cora making a late charge there as well. Only 10 points the difference late in that game too.
Jeez, wouldn't that throw another spanner in the works? Back here at Martin Park, the Dogs are going to cause an upset. 10-16, 76 to Myrtleford. 7-5, 47. The Dogs have got their ball on tonight. Don't know if there'll be enough beer here at Martin Park for the Doggies supporters. They're up and about today. And the signs to come for season 2023 and beyond. 26 and a half gone here.
Got
on
the
the Albury
ball on.
GJ Gardner Homes time clock.
Jeez, Gussie, they'll be up and about on the parketry tonight.
Did you get a ticket, you blokes?
Glow sticks and all.
Just walk in, I'd say, Chriso.
Spiteri, right foot. So dying minutes here. John Flower Oval on a Saturday afternoon, round 16. And there you have it on O&M Live.
Yes, certainly do, Lukey. Full time here. 10-16, 76 to Myrtleford. 7-5, 47. And around the ground, so Mr. Stowe's Pool World. Still a gridlock. Albury Tigers 79 to Lavington 79 too, Lukey.
Yeah, just fantastic, isn't it? So we're watching that one so closely. So we'll see just when that siren sounds at the Albury Sports Ground. An absolute A-grade top shelf belter they have got.
Absolutely. Now, Lukey, our man Brad is in the car, so we might have to get you to run the Anytime Fitness sign.
Yes, no
down
worries at
to
all.
Chris Mitchell, because our man Brad Sprinkles Freak, he's donning the moon boot.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to get down there.
He is walking wounded, is our man. And Chris Mitchell will be joined by Luke Francis very shortly as well with the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. Of course, plenty to choose from, and we'll keep you posted around the grounds. Mr. Stowe's Pool World, 79 still apiece at the Albury Sports Ground between Lavington and the Albury Tigers. And the win today to the Dogs, 10-16, 76 to Myrtleford, 7-5, 47. Really throws a big spanner in the works.
Yeah, it certainly does. Absolutely there, Gussie. It was a big upset. We spoke last week in the post-game about how the results last week could have affected, the Wayne Rovers and Lavington with them winning. And we rarely spoke about Myrtleford and what it might do to them, because looking at the three, they had probably the more preferable run home, but dropping today's game, it just opens it wide open as well, especially if Lavington can just get their nose ahead in that other game. But we shouldn't be talking about Myrtleford today. We should be talking about how good the Dogs were. The Dogs were outstanding in this game. Their young players all over the park were really, really good, and they just kept fighting and just kept willing, even going out to a 3-goal early deficit to be able to get ahead and to get the win out there. So they were really, really strong.
About to cross boundary side to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. I reckon he's got Charlie Morrison as our anytime fitness player of the day.
all the Bulldogs have got around their team, mate. They're pretty happy with you. And, yeah, we were too, mate. You had an outstanding game and big victory for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic victory, especially coming off last week. I think we put another 4-quarter game together and, yeah, shows what we can do.
You're outstanding yourself, mate. You must be pretty happy how your season's panning out.
Yeah, it's a good friend, Nick Warnock, back in Benalla, so it was a good battle. It was a bit of to and fro, so I'm lucky I got him in the end.
And Bulldogs ball on tonight. How are you going to celebrate?
Oh, I reckon there's going to be heaps of beers drunk, mate. It's good.
Go and enjoy, mate. Well done.
Appreciate it.
Charlie Morrison joining Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. Our anytime fitness player of the day.
Yeah, he was outstanding in the back half there. Obviously, Myrtleford got out to that early lead, kicking 3 goals in the first 7 minutes. I think you had it down there, Gus. But then to only concede 4 goals for the rest of the game just showed him and their whole defensive unit stood up really well. Angus Baker in that back half as well was really, really strong. And Jacob Barber across the half-back line. They're really developing a really nice cohesive unit in there. I think the Dogs are really building to something really special at the club at the moment. If they can keep these younger guys together, obviously, we saw Adam Jorgensen and Josh Matthew we raved about today as well. He had the 21 disposals and kicked the goal as well. Lukey, he was really, really strong, and just going to have to keep developing, keep bringing these younger guys in. We spoke of Matt Wilson, Noel Spiteri as well. Throughout the day, they were really, really solid for the Dogs today.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. Freaky, really good to watch, particularly I thought in the first half. They strung some great plays of footy together. They had to chip around across half-back a few times, but once they won clean ball, they moved it quickly through the centre of the ground and really got some run from behind.
Yeah, they certainly did. We're about to follow Chris Mitchell into the rooms. Here's the song for the Wodonga Bulldogs. Just slowly trickling in. They'll sing this one with plenty of gusto.
Standing room only in here, boys.
You're doing some of your best work down there, Chris. So hopefully a Gatorade shower's coming your way. And here we go. We're waiting. I'll tell you what, they sung that one loud and proud, the Wodonga Bulldogs, claiming a big, big win in front of their home fans, 76-47 here on O&M Live. And I'll tell you what, a superb victory for Wodonga. Probably a season where they've probably underachieved a little bit, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to Noel Spiteri on the way over here today, and he touched on also they lost a game against Lavington earlier in the year by 3 points, lost a game against Cora Rutherglen by 3 points, and obviously the corresponding game to this up at the McNamara Reserve, they probably should have won as well. So if they were able to get there over the line or in at least 2 of those games, they'd be well and truly in the hunt for the top 5. But it's just probably another year of what could have been for them.
How's this around the grounds for Mr. Stokes Pool World? Lavington have kicked away 92-79 and have defeated the Albury Tigers in a round of upsets here on O&M Live. That means Lavington will stay in the final 5 and the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, they will slip out. The live scoring has failed on the O&M app and we're keeping tabs via the good old-fashioned Facebook Messenger, Lukey.
About to say, Gussie, my goodness, the Panthers must have finished like a train, but that explains it. What a win for Lavington, and what a progressive team. They have just finished the year so well, and good on them. So well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say, poor timing for the app to shut down over there. Scores a level with 5 minutes to go. But yeah, massive result for Lavington. That's 4 wins in a row now for the Panthers.
Absolutely.
And obviously they've got a big task next week of taking on the Wayne Magpies, and then they've got obviously the Raiders. 13 points Lavies won by. So yeah, outstanding result for them.
Yes, it is.
Who would have thought?
Yep. So the full-time siren has gone at the Albury Sports Ground and Lavington have won by 13 points.
Oh.
Absolutely thrilling. The Rovers have defeated Cora Rutherglen 65-48. And I tell you what, It's a lot to dissect as we take the break here on O&M Live. There is a massive, massive drive home coming your way. You're listening to 1494 2AY's O&M Live with the Wodonga Bulldogs claimed victory over the Alpine Saints, 76-47 on the other side of the break. Some post-game interviews with our boundary rider, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket Hotel. You're listening to O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
Ground up building
Hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care!
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY, we're your local.